live. We're recording. Luke is back just in time. He totally missed the OBS crash. That's okay. Welcome and welcome back, my friends. I am Omar Krieg, your Lord and Commander of the Krieg Dominion, and your host for this, the 38th episode of Along the Frontier, an alien RPG campaign entitled The Iron Curtain. With me, as always, are, of course, my wonderful players, Rodance, Luke, and Kane. So let's take a moment to check in with them, see what's new and exciting, and meanwhile, I'll just be over here, pondering the vast depths of the universe. Not at all looking for anything. Rodance, what's new and exciting for you, my friend?
Well, I went to my first post-COVID concert yesterday. It was interesting.
What concert
There was
did you go
people.
see?
It was in public. I got a random invite from one of my friends to go see like an older electronic music band-ish thing. Kraftwerk is their name. Basically think EDM or electronic house music style.
Okay.
Definitely older. It was interesting. I still haven't I'm still giggling over the fact that their two most popular songs are named Autobahn and Tour de France.
I was really hoping the second one to be
I haven't gotten
Decepticon.
over it yet.
I was really hoping for it to be Decepticon. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No. The like they had they come on stage and like Tron like it suits with super huge amounts of LEDs everywhere, like the LED strips and like crosswork pattern.
Yeah.
And then they're standing on the stage with like the huge with the big TV behind them, and then this little sub stage they're standing on as a platform that's basically TV screens, and there's 4 pedestals with laptops on them, and that's how they ran the concert.
That's pretty good. Well,
It was
I'm assuming you
really
had a good
interesting.
time. What's that?
Yeah, it was at one of the there's several auditoriums and coliseums and stuff like that in Charlotte, and it was the first time I'd gone into that particular location. And it wasn't bad. I haven't gotten over the fact that the women's restroom stalls were KitchenAid red enamel colored. You know, like that super bright red on KitchenAid appliances. Imagine that,
Wow.
except that it's bathroom stall walls and doors,
So it's all
and then
around.
standard beigey
That's a
brick
little, yeah,
bathroom walls.
that's aggressive.
I've never seen enamel red bathroom stalls before. That was so weird.
I'm kidding.
And I asked my friend, and he went in the Benz, and he said, no, it's a burnt umber on that side. So I'm assuming it's some variety of darker brown. Like, I thought it was odd that they had enameled metal bathroom stalls, of all things.
That I like the image I'm getting in my head is a very aggressive red, which of course,
Yes,
yeah,
that super bright aggressive red you see
like
on
I'm
cars and
thinking like literally
appliances.
fire engine cherry red.
Yes, except that it was metal enamel
It's
color.
everywhere. It's everywhere. It's not on a
Yeah.
thing. It's everywhere.
You know, it was no, like the floors and the walls and the ceilings were normal color. Just the bathroom stalls.
Oh, just the stalls and doors.
The stall doors were weird.
That is a little.
I haven't gotten over it yet.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I just went yesterday, so.
It's crazy. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, and knock on wood, no
Mhm.
concert crud.
Yeah. I have to say, I am glad they had like 40 people directing traffic to get out of there. It was the smoothest in and out of a concert I've ever been to. It was better than the Renaissance Fair and any of the other big events that I've ever been to. They had like 24 officers standing at every single corner and people with the little light up stickies directing traffic. It was great.
Nice. Kind of Ren Fair. I can't remember the last time.
They clearly spend money on their traffic directing. It was glorious.
That's good that they did that though, because as we all know, getting in and out of any sort of public event like that, it can be a fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember how many people the Ovens Auditorium seats, but I think it had to have been maybe less than 1,000. So it isn't one of the huge facilities.
Okay, I'm thinking like because like obviously I'm in the Pacific Northwest. I'm not terribly far from Seattle, and I know like football, baseball, soccer, any other major event like that, like there is
so
a
at
lot
full
of traffic
capacity, the Ovens Auditorium is 2,460 people.
Oh, yes. Much smaller.
It's a performing arts theater, So
Okay.
it's basically like the slight incline and then the balcony with a slight incline, and
Yeah.
then it's like the baffled walls towards the main stage in the front.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Excuse me. Luke, what's new and exciting for you, my friend? I hear you're in the process of trying to put together a group for a game.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me.
I think I mentioned it
Um,
last week, but I figured it can't hurt to mention it again.
yeah. So I'm in the measure of trying to find some more people involved for a expense series game. It'll be probably a one shot to start with, see if it goes anywhere from there. If there's any interest to continue, maybe 1 to 2 sessions. I'm looking for about 3 to 6 players, probably 3 to 5 players maximum. I already have a couple members of this particular Discord that's available. I have a friend who's thinking, but he's super busy, so whatever. If he sees this, eh.
To you in particular, sir, we say, "Ugh."
And that's pretty much the one blurb that I can say about that. I'm still trying to determine if I'm gonna go homebrew for the rest of it or not, but we there's a game that's lined up for it, so that's good.
It's definitely got me into. I've been watching Battlestar Galactica lately, the remake
Battlestar
from the
Galactica.
early 2000s, and
Okay.
I've hit the point
Very
where it's
good.
like I remember watching these episodes, but I haven't seen these episodes hundreds of times compared to like like the
Mm-hmm.
first and second season. These are like the third, and I think I'm in the third season right now. And so you bringing up the Expanse, which as I was telling Kane extensively before we got started, uh,
Oh,
is that level of science and that level of like technology and whatnot is
a
is
lot of
what
potential.
that era, for lack of a better thing to call it, is my favorite time frame to play in when it comes to science fiction, or excuse me, yeah, science fiction, because especially when you try to adhere as close as you possibly can to real world applied sciences that we currently
Hmm.
have, and then maybe extrapolate a little bit to allow for things like FTL. Um, I absolutely love a lot of the things that are brought up as far as like science and whatnot for
Yeah,
that
very,
genre.
very little and then a lot of science
Mm-hmm.
involved in the expense. It's kind of the less is more approach.
Yeah.
Like large swaths of like this is kind of like an actual factual mechanic or things in physics that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have all these blanks that they're just like, well, it's an Epstein drive. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And so it's
We
almost
solved the
pulled me off of watch.
equation.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We
Yeah,
we
okay.
solved the equation with a MacGuffin, so we could make this work as close as we could get and answer a question we can't answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but like without having too much unrealistic like reaction to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it's almost pulled me off of my Battlestar Galactica to go and watch The Expanse again, which again I will point out in The Expanse of 6 seasons, like the first two, maybe the third season, I've watched several times, and then like seasons
Mhm.
4, 5, and 6, I have watched them maybe a grand total of one time each. When they were live and whatnot. And so it's like I gotta kind of, not that I necessarily need to slog through any of the early stuff because those are some really good episodes, but I've seen them
But
so
you've
many
watched it enough
times.
times.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
okay, yes. Oh, and then you find that one itty bitty little gem, and you're like, oh, so that's how that connects to this thing over here in season 6.
Yeah, I started Larus on The Expanse recently.
Mm-hmm.
We watched the first episode. She loved it.
Oh, it's amazing.
And then literally within minutes of like it airing on our TV, Prime, which is the channel that we watched it on,
Uh-huh.
took it off. Season 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
And it
really?
was
I
like
thought I just.
I saw an advert that said like in 180 minutes it'll be taken off from like the Prime service 1, 2, and 3. And I'm like, no, it'll probably just go to like, the free thing or whatever. So we'll start it anyways. And we watch it and then take a short break and go back to it, and it's just not available anymore. And I'm like, what the
Oh
fuck?
man, I thought I had heard something about the Expanse coming off too. I will say, and it will
Yeah,
cost you additional money because
20
I remember
bucks a
buying.
season.
What's that?
20 bucks a season.
Yeah, Well,
I must have bought it because I started watching it 3 days ago, and all of it's on there for me. So
yes, I won't
Probably
tell
the
you how
Canadian
I
one
have
has been
access
taken
to
off.
Amazon Prime
mm,
video, whatever it's called, but
Yeah.
I could have sworn I seen it on there.
Okay.
All
So maybe it's
seasons,
just a
just the other
Canadian
day, like
service.
within the last week.
Okay.
Because it almost, and the reason why I
Um,
say it is it almost pulled me off of watching Battlestar Galactica, which of itself pulled me off of watching The Shield, or Agents of Shield, I should say, which was part of my MCU watch that I had started back in like, I don't know, October, and I had only gotten so far with it, and I got pulled off because I really wanted to watch Battlestar Galactica, and then for a brief moment I started seeing a bunch of videos for Lost on YouTube, and I was like, oh well, I might go back and watch Lost now. And then you brought up Expanse RPG in the last couple of weeks. I'm like, well, I might just go back and watch The Expanse again.
yeah. So her experience was episode 1 and short play test with the game system.
You got some Expanse dice right there.
No, I just have a big old bucket of dice, and I took the ones that looked right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, Kane, other than Expanse related information and news, what do you got? Well, I mean, if you want to share anything about The Expanse, my favorite era of science fiction.
Now's the time for brownie points.
no, I mean the books have been on my list of books to read for a while. I'm trying to work my way through that ever-growing list, and I've seen the show. It fits squarely in the niche of sci-fi that I enjoy the most. So
I'm glad to
I
know
don't
that you
know.
and
I
I are in
want
that
to see.
same era of sci-fi, by the way. That makes me feel better.
I'm excited to see how the system plays out. I made a character. I don't know if we're doing like making characters or doing pre-mades or whatever, but I went full random, 100% random. If it was like you can roll, I rolled.
I've done that only once or twice, and almost entirely with Warhammer or Imperium Maledictum.
And the character it came out with is going to be if this character is the one that's going to be used, they will be amusingly dysfunctional.
That's
Oh.
amazing. I love it already. All you have to say is amusingly dysfunctional. I'm like, I'm in. I don't care what the dysfunction is, and let me figure out whether or not it's amusing. I'm just in on the idea of it being an amusing dysfunction.
Yeah.
I tried making the pilot because I was looking at the rules, trying to figure out how it works, and
The little
wow,
unwieldy
it's
at
not
start.
easy to make a specific class of character.
Well-
unless you deviate from the established norm of roll this, roll that.
I think I think as a like a point that they were trying to make is that anytime you have any skills above 1, it's already like gloriously overshadowing other people around you.
Yeah.
So like the abilities being over 1 is like what you that's how you're gonna learn this is what my character focuses on. You don't have to have 4s and 3s.
Yeah.
Making a pilot, I mean, if they can like push buttons and they have a 0 in it, they're at least a competent pilot.
Yeah. But of course, I want my character. Well, because this
You
is
want
a
him to be
character
good.
concept that I've used in other games previously, and he is supposed to be like his main profession is pilot. He's really good at what he does, and to be totally honest, he was based on Star Trek Online.
I'm not gonna say
role-playing
like
group.
fudge the rolls or anything like that, but like if you want to move a stat from one to another, I
So
mean,
even the
that's
default, because like they've got options for like here's the optional like for rolling for attributes. There's the optional stuff on the bottom you
Yeah.
can ask the DM for. I didn't look at those, but for the default, you roll in order.
Yeah.
But even then, it says you can swap.
You can swap a
two
couple of them.
numbers one time in order
Yeah.
to be able to move a good roll into your primary slot, and that's your gimme for the default rolling.
Yeah.
I did
So
come up
that-
with a couple of
that's
interesting
already good.
startups for characters. You know, a Belter and a Martian for something or other, and I think one of them was I had an outsider. I hadn't quite figured out where that was going to go, and before I gave up, but I rolled outsider instead of lower class.
I went full random, and all I will say is that this character is wealthy.
Oh wow!
And they aren't particularly good at what their job was before they decided to join this crew.
Oh, I
Amazing.
see.
Amazing. Well,
Uh,
Kane, did you have anything else you want to throw out there, or shall we go ahead and get started with this craziness called an alien RPG game?
I'm ready for terrible, no good, very bad ideas.
right,
Yeah.
here we go. All right, we start with a cold open. Saturday the 14th, gliding through space. Sleeping area begins to stir. You guys have just enough time to wake up, kit up, and get ready to go before you are directed to the ship and how to begin your insertion process.
It's a shame that Pike is the way he is, because for this particular mission, I was thinking it would be great if he was into singing sea shanties. But he
Oh, you
wouldn't
mean
know
like your
any.
new guy?
The way that I came up with this new guy, he wouldn't do it either. It's a
Um,
shame.
All
I
right,
want to do a
so
quick aside
yeah.
because of the boarding of a ship. This weekend was the SoCal Sword Championships. So like HEMA fencing and stuff like that. They did boarding actions like as a group activity. Okay. One guy hits another guy and it flacks his like sword out of his hand. And then he's like, "Oh, I guess my sword's out of the hand." And the guy hits him like in the mask with his sword, and he goes, "Oh wait, man, like I'm unarmed." The coach of the guy who got hit in the face, like unarmed, runs in, tackles the guy who hit him in the face, and starts punching him and knocks him out.
Wow.
And no one knows why. He got thrown out of the convention. They were just like, what was that about? But he just ran in and knocked the guy out.
Amazing. I'm sure there was a reason for it. One day we might find out what that reason is. So to get us back on track, you guys are getting ready to assault this ship. You are being woken up, and over the next few minutes, as you're getting dressed and getting your bearings and whatnot, you notice that the Polski Prolov is, not terribly far away from you. Your ship is on approach. Currently, nobody is hailing you or shooting at you or anything silly like that. Basically, you've got just enough time to get suited up, kitted up, and basically direct your own vessel to interact with that vessel in order to board it. I do need Wescott to make her roll. I have also noted this in my notes as plays well with others roll.
I mean, that's how it manifests, but that's not exactly what it is.
No, it's not. But it's great to call it that.
I passed it today, so I wake up and see
almost didn't pass that, by the way, from the way those dice were rolling across the screen.
Look, I got 1 out of 4, and that's good enough.
No, you did. I don't know. So I don't know if the dice animation looks the same on everybody's board or on everybody's screen, but the ones I saw, there was one that looked like it was going to stop on a blank square, and then it just happened to roll the one side up. Right. So you are cooperative and jovial, perhaps? Well, jovial might be a bit strong, but you're definitely not melancholic. What's the plan here, folks, as you begin to rouse from your sleep pods, and Eckhart and Sanchez make their way up to the flight deck?
I'm going to do my hydration pack. I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to get my shit together. I'm going to rely on Wescott to make sure everybody else's shit's all together, since that is kind of her job.
Yeah, because how dare you let the
I will have my other 3 Marines out, ready to go, packaged up with their hydration packs shoved into their chests for them to drink as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The new medic guy is probably having a moment because he basically get borderlines dragged out of his thing, a hydration pack shoved into his face, and then all of his stuff is getting ready to go.
How does Watcher respond to what might be something other than the ordinary for him?
I mean, getting rushed out of the pod, that's totally normal.
Yeah.
Like, try to get his shit on fast, that's totally normal. Being handed a hydration pack by an NCO, that's what gets him.
I handed it out to everyone because apparently I woke up before they did today.
So, like, as he's receiving it, he doesn't, reject it. He doesn't slow this process down at all, but it's very plainly obvious on his face that it's not the "is this a trap" expression. It's more of the "what the fuck is this? Like, what is going on right now?" type thing. But he doesn't say anything. He's just super weirded out by the the gesture.
I see the face and I just say, Pike swears by the packs. As I hand it to him, I just tap it as he's drinking it, and I move on to hand it off to the next one.
His face looks even more confused when you say that this is Pike's thing.
All right.
I mean, I'm getting him involved into the team, man.
Yeah.
I do what I can, even if it's weird.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
How's Wright Warren rolling out of bed?
Anything else? Yeah.
No.
What's
Do I scare Wright by accident by sneaking up on her with the hydration pack?
It's like poof! All of a sudden,
Yeah.
NCO.
Or Marshall.
Yeah, I literally like poof NCO next to her and hand her a hydration pack.
All right. I think she'd be fine with that, and wonder what since you gave it to other people, then it's probably fine. Warren's gonna look at it and go, "Sweet."
Just gulp it
Warren's
down.
in the Warren's got the picture.
Yeah, but he's also got like a cigarette in his mouth and trying to not drink before a mission.
Trying to remember. Warren's a Lance Corporal right now, right?
believe so,
Lance
yeah.
Corporal, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Watcher's gonna like wait for the passing out rounds and wait for Wescott to be gearing up. And he'll like put his bag down like next to you, and like so it's obvious he's still gearing up, and he'll say,
Mm-hmm.
who's he'll look at Wescott and say, who's my battle buddy? Who am I sticking to?
So, if I recall correctly, Pike is the section leader in charge of two
so
squads.
technically that
Wescott is one
the
squad
correct
leader.
answer is Westcott.
Yeah.
How Warren chooses to say that is up to him.
Yeah, yeah.
Who he's talking to Wescott?
Oh, I thought he was talking to
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to.
No, he's
Warren.
talking to Wescott.
No.
Okay, yeah. Then he says, "I'll tell him he's with me."
Hi, Sergeant. And he gears up.
As you guys are finishing up putting on your gear, which may or may not include vac suits or compression suits or whatever they're called. in this
It
game.
does.
Okay.
We are both
Yeah.
wearing standard armor and our suits over it.
That's right,
Which is
that's right.
We are
Very
Unpleasant.
comfy.
we are extremely uncomfortable right now.
Yeah. You from the flight deck, you hear Eckhart yelling down, "All right, hey, we've got like 30 seconds to figure this out. Where am I putting this thing? Are we going for the hangars or are we going for an airlock? And which one?"
Because Wescott's responsible for everybody's shit, Pike's probably like in the cockpit, like shoulder surfing or like crammed in next to the crew chief's
And
position.
because she's not yelling, she's definitely asking you though.
Yeah. Are those? Does it look like the bottom hangars are open?
It looks like we can get in there.
All right.
Weren't we looking for a hole made by the other guys?
Yeah. Can we do like like pass over the top of the ship and then come in from the up, go from the other side, come up into the bottom?
You
So
want
we
me to
can
draw
see-
you a pretty picture with crayons and everything? And she
Well,
says
I mean-
this as she's like slapping keys, and then she like kind of pulls on the joystick a little bit because this is 80s, not more recent where all the controls are computer input. And so what she does is she takes the Saturday the 14th on like a inverted roll, Top Gun style, over the top of the Kremlin, and then back under, so like loop under it to where the hangar decks are that you just told her to go into, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. This thing looks like it's okay. I mean, there's some battle damage, but some of it looks pretty recent, but nothing like now recent."
His response to her question would be, I hear that there's another team and they've got my favorite flavor. I want to know where they got in.
Oh, that's cute. You're trying to take their crayons.
Purple's the best.
Yeah, it's the super stealthy kind.
Yeah. It's so sneaky.
Sorry.
It disappears out of every box I eat.
I feel like this is so funny that this is an actual conversation. Purple's my favorite. It's sneaky. And nobody picks up on anything Warhammer 40K related.
40K doesn't exist in this universe.
I
This is
know,
obviously
that's what
totally
makes it even
original.
more entertaining. Sneaky orcs.
So there's no sign if the other team's breaching.
Correct. It looks like they probably also use the hangar bays based on that. Now, I want to be clear. There is battle damage and, weapons fire scoring, obvious cratering of the armor and shit like that. The the hull has taken a number of hits. The thing is 90% of what you see looks like it was recent or older. None of it looks in the last 20-30 minutes.
So while we're finishing the fly around and we're coming up underneath, I'll hit my comms. Wescott, prepare for the breach.
Hi, Staff Sergeant.
We are on for the hangar entrance.
One
Yeah,
second here.
we
as I-
shuffle around for the hangar entrance set of stuff.
Make sure everything's loaded, guys.
Give me one
Uh,
second. I'm trying to figure out something really quick here. Did something once and now I don't remember how I did it, so I have to relearn. Oops.
So I would like to, while we're like getting in position to offload here, Pike would like to get on with the section. Taking a ship is one of the most dangerous things that we can do as Marines. The most important thing that we can do, get off the drop ship, establish our position, make sure that we've got entrances covered so we can strip suits. And I would like to make a command roll.
Sure.
So if somebody has to make a skill roll to follow that order, they can get bonus dice from the command roll. A thing we don't do very often, but there.
Hey,
So
wow. A really
so three
good
extra.
commandy pep talk from Pike before you go striding into bullets.
So if you have to make a skill roll to follow that order, take your 3 extra dice.
Is it 3 extra dice or just 2?
It's 3 extra dice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting that way.
Let me drop your tokens onto the board. As you should be able to see, your Saturday the 14th is on the deck.
Yep.
There's a few other things that are going to show up in a moment. So what I want to do is I'm going to put your icons on the board. And then what I want you to do after that is place them in the order in which they are going to be coming off of dropship. I think I got everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That seems right. So for instance, if Pike is the first one going to come off, he's going to be right there on the still technically on the card for the Saturday the 14th, if that makes sense.
Okay. Pike, because of how we're all in the dropship,
Mhm.
Pike is going to be the last one off.
Sure, that's fine. I just wanted you guys to put you all on there, and then once you are situated, we will begin this monumental exercise, and I will switch the view over.
So it'll be because of how this is positioned. It's up. Wescott's deciding the order.
I'll put the pair in front of me, then me and Medic will be in the middle.
All right, so Warren and Wright at the ass end of the dropship coming off first.
Yep, and then
so I think I'm going to do it that
Wescott
order.
and Watcher in the middle, and then Pike in the back.
Okay. So this is the right where I'm pinging. This will be the right side. Well, I guess so. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. That's fine. Are you guys situated? Are you where you want to do it? Okay. This is what we're going to do throughout this. If you guys remember when we took down that space station, everything was basically combat rounds, initiative order, etc., etc. So as we go from one map to the next, it will just be continuous combat. It may or may not be actual combat rounds, depending on what's going on. But I feel like as far as the exercise of this, the conduct of this, clearing the ship and whatnot, this might be the best way to do it with all the enemies that you've got arrayed against you. So, let me go ahead and do this. That. And then that.
Well, that's just great.
Well, I'm not sure what you guys see on the combat tracker, but there was a bunch of dice there.
A crap ton of dice and no entries.
The only one that got an entry was Saturday the 14th.
Oh, Saturday the 14th. Yeah. Okay. So those...
We can't see anybody else.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's intended. That's intended. What I should have done, though, was not included the damn dropship. So I'm trying to figure out how to take the dropship out.
I don't have a button for
Oh, remove actor.
roll. I
Sorry?
don't have I don't have a button to roll initiative with.
Okay, give me just a second. Let me figure out all of that. Okay. You don't have a button to roll. Oh, did I roll only NPCs? I meant to roll all.
Yeah, you did roll us.
There we go.
Somebody got a bad roll.
All right.
Yeah,
Now, I
West.
believe
Watcher
there's
was
one or
first.
two of you that has reroll options here.
Yeah, I have reroll with Warren. Sorry.
Pike,
6 versus an
Pike
8.
is happy with what he has.
So Warren. Oh no, that was 6 for Pike. Never mind. Warren, you got a reroll. Go ahead and make that roll.
Yeah. 1d10.
Correct. Seven, and your original roll is an 8, so we can change that to 6.9.
Oh, the token didn't get updated. So it's
Of the cane part too.
yeah, the
What?
token is Kane Part 2.
You talking about the name? Oh, the name
Yeah.
needs to be changed. Got it. What's his first name?
So if you go to the actors tab, actually, let's see if I
No, his
can-
last name's Watcher. I just couldn't remember his first name. Martin.
Yeah, so you want to go to you want to open up the character sheet for Watcher and edit the prototype token there and change the name to Martin Watcher. And for the space between his first and last name, don't use the space bar. Hold Alt and hit 255 and then let go of Alt.
Hang on. Okay. I have the character sheet open. I need prototype token.
Mhm.
And then in the token name, type in what exactly? Well, PMC.
Martin? Well, he doesn't have a rank.
Yeah, he does. He's in
Are
rank.
you yeah, but are you putting it on I thought we weren't using his rank.
Do you guys not have rank on your tokens?
No, he
No, we
specifically,
do,
due to
but
what he
Watcher-
is, does not get it.
Talking about
Watcher being all
Watcher.
spec ops, he doesn't have rank.
All right. Okay,
So we weren't putting it on the token or his character sheet.
got it. Update token. All right, what does it show for him? For you guys?
So
Or-
just delete this and then drag
Yeah.
and drop a new one.
Yeah, I got you.
We're good.
Yep. Here we go.
Then give him his
Fuck.
1 initiative back.
One sec. I'm reorganizing. Let's see. I need to add him back into the list?
Yep.
I do.
This is so, and then once you add him back in, he did roll
A 1?
Mhm.
Okay. All
All
right.
right, we're all good.
As your Saturday the 14th arrives, lands, shuts down, Eckhart and Sanchez start throwing on vac suits, compression suits, whatever the fuck it is, and taking up arms. They are going to obviously be securing the dropship against anybody coming in to take it after you guys leave. Of course, that means you guys now have to leave. And whether or not you saw them on entry, because I don't feel like this dropship's going to have a lot of window ports or anything.
It's got the full canopy.
Yeah,
I'm
the
on
front will.
with her.
Yeah, it would. Give me Pike. You're closer theoretically
I'm-
to the flight
I'm in
deck,
the
I'm
cockpit.
sure. Go ahead and make that
I mean-
observation roll.
It's part of why I'm last.
Yeah.
Observation.
I should probably make this.
Hmm.
All right, you got one success thing. So you do know that there is the Blackguard version of your Saturday the 14th is over there. You got one success, so you do get this information as well. There are 2 Blackguards scrambling for cover. Basically, at the moment, they're doing something sort of like Star Wars Han Solo, New Hope, taking cover under, basically using their dropship as cover and waiting for you guys to come off so they can start blasting you. And with that, we will begin combat with Watcher coming off of the off the back of the dropship.
I mean, Watcher's ready to go. He's waiting for his turn to step off.
Mhm.
So he's standing right behind Wescott, like, all right, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, so Yeah, we're
Should be
gonna upload
Warren.
in order.
Okay,
Yep.
so
So right now you guys are still on the dropship. So
Mhm.
to come off, you basically have to hit this spot first and then come around or whatever as you need.
Yeah.
The black spots are the areas you can walk on, the green or not. Also, let me switch this over, and then also, we throw this on the screen right here. Our map art has been created by deviantart.com/Arthur Dallas, who created several decks worth of the Kremlin dropship that we will be using. They also have a bunch of other stuff on their DeviantArt website page. Go check them out. There's some really cool stuff in there. With that said, Watcher, make your move, please. Combat has begun.
Yep. Watcher is waiting for his turn.
It is Watcher's turn.
Yeah, but he's fourth in the stack. He's not going to run ahead of the people in front of him. He's waiting for his turn.
Oh, you're in the back. My bad. I misunderstood. I apologize.
Yeah, he's not point.
So you're effectively reserving your action or something along those lines?
Yeah, basically, he's waiting.
Yeah, because I don't know how that works as far as this game goes. So this first guy is going to run over here, use the dropship as cover, and set up... So he doesn't have clear line of sight from where he is, right here, directly to the rear of the dropship, but he does have Overwatch to here. And correct me if I'm wrong, because now I'm thinking 40k. Overwatch is basically anybody enters my sector of fire, I can blast them. Is that correct?
If somebody enters the area that you're overwatching, you can choose to interrupt their turn to shoot and use your Overwatch.
Okay.
So is this guy here in Overwatch?
No. This one is in Overwatch, using their dropship
well,
as
I don't
cover.
get to know that technically, so
Yeah, this individual is still
hasn't
just
moved yet.
correct. It's not his turn yet.
Yeah. Okay.
There's got to be a way.
Pike, right, Warren.
I mean, Warren is going to get off before the other guy has a chance to do something. So
Yeah, I'm hoping for the best.
remember, you get 4 extra dice on your skill roll you make related to making a beachhead. So
all right, Pike.
Yep.
You're
Yep,
up, but
and,
I believe you're also
he's
holding.
at the back of the stack.
Yeah. And that will take it to right.
Which is also going to wait.
Right is going to wait. That takes it to Warren.
Warren's hairs on the back of his neck spike up as he...
Give me 1 second, guys. I just heard something. I need to go see what it is.
Okay. He doesn't want to know about the hairs on the back of my neck.
Guess not.
No. So I'm going to use Watchful to determine that this guy's even there.
I mean, I think it's safe to assume because this is a breaching action that there will be people. Like in any breaching action, you have to plan that there are going to be guns pointed at the entrance. We're entering a fortified position no matter where we enter the ship. We have to assume that in our doctrine.
So no one's here, so I get to open the gate and go, oh, no one's there. And then I sweep my pie my corner and then basically just see the guy. All
yes, that would be correct. And I do apologize. My cat apparently has a small case of the zoomies, and what I heard was his claws on carpet.
Oh yeah, nice.
So I was like, I need to go see what that
Cats, man.
is. And now my son's chasing the cat around to get the zoomies out.
Mm-hmm.
So there may be some thumping and weird sounds in the background. Anyway, so Warren, you're coming up. I mean, the zones unfortunately are not terribly well marked on here, but I can imagine one zone coming off and then one zone trying to move into this corner, or stay roughly where you are and you get like a -2 on being shot at.
I mean, going from one zone to another, you can go anywhere from one zone to anywhere in another zone. If the ship is a zone and the docking area here is a zone, then you could, use a movement and then just
basically end up anywhere. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, anywhere on this side.
Yeah, we just can't cross into this room or into the hallway without doing another zone.
Yeah, because then you'd need, I believe, a mobility roll or something.
Yeah.
As a full action or some shit. I don't remember all the combat rules, and Kane will definitely remind me when I fuck something up.
Fortunately, they're not very complex. It is a very simple system, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So my round is ready. So I move up.
Mhm.
I pie. I see the guy. I yell out that it's AW, I guess, because he's huge.
Yeah, oh yeah. These
Blackguard?
are blackguards. Yep. Which you
Okay,
all recognize as
so-
being artificial womb soldiers.
Yeah, there's another
so-
Pike in here. Kill it with fire.
So having the blast shield on me, I can hug the dirt, which allows me to go down as as actually a free action.
Okay.
Going prone does not require an action.
Okay.
It means that I can take advantage of my shields and the cover and the going prone. So good luck hitting me.
That's what I'm hearing. But you are not attacking, is that correct?
I can.
Oh, you can attack. Okay. Well, if you want to attack, please make your attack
I would
roll.
like to, yes.
I believe this is going to be the equivalent. Would you like to push that? Because that was.
Wait, did you use the 4 extra dice from the command roll?
Oh no, I didn't.
All right. In that case, go ahead and re-roll that as just a straight up roll with, I guess, 15 dice.
Yeah,
Can't
I guess
believe
so.
12 dice. Not one of them came up a 6.
+4 or 3?
4. And that'll be you using up the command bonus for yourself.
Yeah.
All right. So that's base
Do you
of
wanna
2
push that roll?
damage. Yeah, now you can push it. Uh-oh.
Nice.
Oh, no,
5
that's good, that's
successes total.
All right, so that's base 2 damage with 4 stunts.
Yeah. So
And I get my armor, but I'm waiting for you to determine how you want to use those stunts before I make my roll. And to be clear,
6
you're
armor
shooting the only
piercing.
guy you can see, which is the guy I just pinged.
You're
Yeah.
throwing it all to damage.
Throwing it all into damage.
So that's going to be 7 damage armor piercing.
7 damage armor piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Piercing. Wow.
7 damage.
Eats a face full of lead. And that's one of those weird things that people do when they die.
Oh, nice. You just ate a cereal full of lead, eh?
Yeah, like I think what happens is you come off the back of your drop ship, you see this dude, you drop to the deck, and just the whole time, not necessarily full auto, but you just put so many rounds in this dude, somehow you manage to move faster than he could respond, and it's enough to magically put a round right between his eyes or some silliness like that.
I am Warren.
He...
No. I like the idea that, like, he's shooting, he's just like, he's rocking back, being rid of all these bullets, and as he's about to fall back, he throws the knife, and the knife sticks him in the forehead on his way down.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
No. No, but so he's dead?
Yeah, he's dead. He is dead.
All right, AW down. Next.
Yep. Next is Wescott.
So wait.
I think with a reserve
that
action,
can't
Wright
be.
can go forward, right?
So did Wright move at all?
No,
Or
but
she's
I think
gonna-
Wright can move now.
Yeah,
So
it's Wright's turn.
there's 2 ways that we can do this. The
Okay,
first
okay.
is, so what Watcher and Pike did was they gave up their turn so they could keep their initiative roll.
Yeah.
If you want to, like, a delay action in this isn't temporary. If you wish to
It's
delay,
forever.
you can, like, if Wright wants to move now, then Wright's initiative would forever be moved to be a high enough number to take this position, and would always be that much slower.
Yeah, and I think that would be good for the fire team.
So I just
What do you think?
do Overwatch past Warren, and that's my turn. Actually, no, wait. I have command rolls. Yeah, I'm going to roll the command roll as a quick action for Wright to move up and assist her battle buddy, and I'm going to take my slow action as the Overwatch. If I remember that right.
Okay.
So here's a couple interactions. First is, if you do a command roll to give that order, then my command roll falls off of that character. So they won't get those 4 dice. They'll get whatever dice you rolled. But because you're making this command roll to fulfill my order, you'd be using up your bonus from my roll to boost your roll to give a bonus to someone else to replace my
So
bonus on someone
what I'm
else.
hearing is there is a command, and then there is a grandfather command.
Okay, so how many extra dice do I get from your command roll?
4.
You want to just
So
roll?
this is in addition.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
No.
she just got 2.
Okay,
It
so
happens.
the 4 on right got overwritten to 2.
Okay.
Darn, I tried.
No, this is a valiant
well.
effort, right? You've been given a command to move up, or whatever it
Okay.
was that Wescott just said.
Yeah, she has to support her battle buddy.
Yep.
Move past, move into this area.
Okay.
So
Okay, I gotta ask
Wright's-
why I'm so confused.
So
Wright
Wright's
is a
initiative.
5. I'm a 10.
Wright's initiative is changing because Wright decided to hold until after you. So now Wright's initiative is permanently 10.1.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what I was getting ready to
them-
ask too. Is like, what is the?
Why didn't she
I
go
wanted to
after
move
Warren then
after-
and before me?
Yeah, that's what I tried to do.
Because she's before Warren. So she delayed.
And how does that change the order
Why
as far as
why
the
wouldn't
rest
she,
of?
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
She should have
why-
gone after Warren, period. If we're going in order based on how we stacked on the door, she should have gone before me. She would have delayed a slot in initiative, not the entire
Yeah,
initiative.
that's what
I
I
see
was
what
trying
she's
to
saying.
say. Yeah.
I see what
So
you're
she
saying.
should be at 7, or technically 6.98 or whatever. Because then I wouldn't have had an action yet. That's why I was confused why you were skipping her.
So Wright should be at 6.99.
Yes.
I concur because
Because the
now
pilot would have happened.
doing
that
that
way.
is what that does
Because
though
that's
is
the order we
negates the
stacked on the
command
door.
roll,
Yeah, that negates what I just did because you guys are out of order.
which is fine because now you go back to the 4 command dice.
Well, it
bonus
doesn't
you had.
matter because I would have still overwatched and
Yeah, yeah.
command rolled. On my turn, it's just after her stuff
Okay.
first.
I
So
mean,
she
that-
would go and then I would do the same action.
I mean, the thing that makes a difference is that you could use your fast action to change zones to get off the dropship because you're now the third person. You should be getting off now.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you wouldn't
okay.
have done the command. You'd be getting off and then overwatching the doorway.
Okay,
Okay.
so that if I don't get a command order, then Alita Wright's going to do something slightly different than just go and assist Warren.
Then what would she do? Because you should have gone before me because
So
the
her
initiative
order-
wasn't right.
So her order right now is to get off the dropship and establish our beachhead.
Yeah, so she's going and hugging the corner and hopefully getting an angle on anything up this way. If you want to take a shot at her, then this is the time.
If you
Yeah,
well,
this would be the Overwatch.
yeah.
If you
So
want to
are
take
you
it.
are you
Yeah.
going past this point right here in
Well,
any way? Or let me rephrase that. Are you
in a
moving in
sense,
any way that
yes.
you would become visible to this guy here?
The answer is yes.
Okay.
the answer is absolutely. Hopefully my shield does anything it's supposed to do.
Now, I don't get the use of full auto, so this is basically a single shot or the
You
equivalent.
can full auto.
With Overwatch and having moved.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just a slow. It's just a slow action. You can auto fire on a slow action.
All right.
Well, I didn't add the extra dice, so I just fired. I clicked on the weapon and because I thought the dialogue button would pop up, but that's fine because I will take it as is and put all that damage on. Right.
Right. Okay, right.
So 3,
So
4,
that's
5,
3,
6, 7. 7 armor piercing.
7 armor piercing. That means I take half damage for
Well,
my armor
it's
16.
no. You take half armor dice.
So when
Yeah,
you
that's what I mean. Half
you-
armor dice, yeah.
Yeah. So you just right click on armor and tell it that you're rolling against armor piercing.
Yeah, so armor piercing. Oh,
I believe you're broken. I don't know how many hit points you have.
I have 7, so I got down to 0.
Uh,
So now you roll a critical.
Yep.
So on the bottom of your
Yep.
sheet, roll crit.
Oh, give me a second. Getting my thing to 0. It's a long way.
Warren shoots for 7 and they shoot back for 7.
yep.
Okay,
All right.
so I got broken ribs,
ribs.
mobility in close combat -2.
Okay, that's actually pretty good compared to
not
all the
bad.
things it could be.
Hey, we have a
That's
medic
a-
to help with this. So
Well, the best
No.
part is I'm not saying the thing that the medic has to roll in order for you to stay alive for more than a few seconds.
Well, it's
Yeah.
It's not a fatal.
Yeah.
fatal
So
is
then
none.
this.
Yeah.
So then the thing that happens now is that she gets a shot on for him.
No, it interrupts
No?
her turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need
Okay.
to move her token up to like right here, where she would have crossed into view and been knocked over, and then she's just down right there.
Okay, so she goes down. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I see here. Yeah, okay, perfect.
And now Wescott has done her things.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's Westcott's turn to actually do her things.
Oh, yes, that's
She
right.
would
wait.
have
That's right.
Could I
stepped off the drop
can't-
ship,
Okay.
command rolled, and because of the positioning now, I will command roll Warren to eliminate bad guys, eliminate hostiles. So you
Yeah, we
get
can do
2
that.
command dice to eliminate hostiles, because that's what would
Okay.
change because of the setup. But yeah, I'm doing the same action basically, and now
So
it's back to the top of initiative.
That sounds right. Unless
Okay.
somebody disputes it, which is totally fine if you do.
Uh-huh.
Feel like we're caught up now, so that we should be able to move to the next round.
I think so.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. In that case, Watcher, you're up.
Watcher is next.
Yep.
He
Mhm.
will use his fast action to change zones.
Okay.
He's going to see down Marine. He's going to see that there's no aggressors around that Marine, and he's going to just move up to the corner here as his movement and
Okay.
grab onto right and sort of like pull right.
Out of line of fire.
Yeah, pull right back from that position so that somebody can take that position and keep fighting. So if we want to move right's token down, because I'm dragging
yeah.
her with me.
Yeah, there you go. There
Okay.
you go. Okay.
Now, if you want to make that my slow action, I'm fine with that. I'll start doing buddy care on the next round. Or if you want to say that's just part of my movement is to grab and pull her.
I feel like that would be the gist of the round is you coming off the ship, grabbing her, and pulling her out, and then the next round you could start doing buddy aid. I feel like that would be adequate action for a single round of combat.
Okay.
Next up is this guy, and he is God. I just realized I'm gonna have to tone this down a bit because I really wanted to chuck a grenade over there.
I mean,
So-
there's no. It's a dangerous system, and we're doing a dangerous mission. If that's what
Yeah,
he's going to do,
but
then
on the
that's
other
what he's
hand
gonna
is
do.
if you guys don't even make it out of the hangar deck, I have a very poor designed fucking mission for you.
Just throw the grenade. This is the most dangerous part of the mission, and we know that.
Yeah, it really is. That is 1 success into that zone. Damage of 9. Correct me if I'm wrong. Everybody takes.
You had no direct targets, so nobody's going to take the 9. Now you're just rolling the blast dice.
Okay, and that is I'm rolling what 9 dice.
What's the blast rating on the grenade?
That's a great question. Let me see.
Hold on, I don't think I have grenades in my inventory anymore because I gave them all away for breaking a tunnel.
I have one. I
gotta edit.
If you
the damn
check
thing,
it,
that's why.
Yeah, if you check the stats on the grenade, what's the blast rating?
It's blast
9. Yeah.
Okay, so roll 9 dice.
And roll badly.
Yeah, roll like
bad.
you just did, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's public, so you guys can see all the things. There are 2 successes, I see.
So
Ooh,
everybody who was off the drop ship is rolling normal armor against 2 damage.
Correct.
Normal armor against 2 damage.
Yeah,
Including
you
right.
guys, you
Right
know
is
that's
making an
11
armor roll.
armor, right? Because we have our normal body armor and our vac suits on.
Oh shit. That means Wright might not be knocked.
No. We're fine. So
Okay.
everybody rolls armor. Right also is rolling armor.
With normal armor?
Yeah, regular armor. No armor piercing or
Yeah.
anything.
Okay. So
What?
that's
0
Warren.
successes.
How'd you get 60? Oh, you have the shield and you're prone.
I take 2 damage.
Okay, right is fine.
How did Wright get 16 dice? Oh, did she have a shield too?
Yeah.
We're just gonna say she fell over with the shield on top of her.
I mean, I
I don't
probably
know.
when I grabbed her, like I grabbed the back of her vac suit and I grabbed the shield to not leave it behind. I probably like flopped it on top of her to drag so I could bring her gear.
I was making a joke. I'm totally okay with that, just because I don't want you guys to die in the first fucking engagement.
So Wescott
And
takes
also,
2
just
damage.
in my head, the image is funny. It's like, oh well, she's really fucked.
Oh.
So let's put this heavy duty
Hold on.
plexus steel fucking shield on top of her.
And she holds stuff.
Watcher takes 2 damage.
Oh.
And then I believe
Is Watcher not
Pike
wearing
is
both sets of armor? Because most of our armor is coming from the fact that we're wearing both armor and a vac suit.
He doesn't even have a vac suit in his inventory.
who's that?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a problem. The
Watcher.
IRC Mark 35 pressure suit. It should be 5 more armor.
Hang on, let's fix that really quick. Because he should have gotten.
Now, I'm pretty sure.
He
I
should
don't
have
think it's gonna
gotten
make a difference right now.
So
but-
much armor.
Damn it. What's the name of the suit? It's a compression suit, right?
You have both sheets, Kane. You should just be able to drag it from one sheet to the other.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look something up. That's why I'm hoping he'll do
Oh.
it.
Oh, as far as whether or not it'll stack? It's the Mark 50, right?
Mark 35.
There we go. Alright. Watcher now has a Mark 35. And then Watcher should, if he rolls armor, it may or may not stack.
Okay,
That's what
so
he's trying to do.
rules as written, there is no stacking body armor. We would only get the rating of one or the other.
Well,
There's
then
a
it would
bunch
be.
of there's a bunch of different people doing a bunch of different house rules. Just for simplicity's sake, let's just leave things.
We'll
as
leave it
they
at that
are.
for now until we
Well,
Well,
dump
the
these
sheet
suits.
says 11, so.
Right, because the sheet's adding every armor value that you have because it's just an additive formula. It does not know
Yeah.
about
It
the
doesn't
different types of
specify
armor.
whether or not you're trying to stack and that
And
you
we
shouldn't
know
be.
that, and we know that once we take this and this room is sealed, we're taking the vac suits off, so we don't have mobility penalties, anyways. So this is going to
Yeah.
solve itself.
Yeah, I can live
Mhm.
with that.
Okay.
But
Um,
Watcher and Wescott took some frag,
And then Pike is still on the drop ship
and Pike
And
is
it
still on the
makes
drop
it
ship.
makes sense that Wright and Warren didn't
because of the
necessarily take
shield.
too much damage because shield, and
Yeah.
let's just call it like, oh, the shrapnel hits the shield.
Yeah, because 2 points of damage, that's all you're really taking is random bits of shrapnel damage. Speaking of Pike, it's your
Pike.
turn.
All
You've
right,
got. I'm sure you are aware that one of your soldiers has
He's-
already gone down.
yeah, so he's
Or
going to take
sorry,
his
one
fast
of your
action.
Marines has already gone down.
He's going to take his fast action to change zones,
Okay.
and in the second zone, he's taking that position.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
there's no
and he's-
Overwatch, so he's not going to get blasted right away.
Yeah, like he just threw the grenade. He's pulling his rifle back up. Pike
Yeah.
steps around the
Also,
corner.
there's another AW in his face, and he doesn't look happy. All right. That's both your actions, correct?
Nope.
Or you got more?
Now I'm gonna shoot.
Oh, well, please. In that case, annihilate me, because that's what I live for, is to be your guys' fucking ragdolls. That sounded really bad. I'm sorry.
That's the proper mindset you should be having, just so you know.
Now I wish I could give myself the 4 dice for my own order, but
That
I
would
don't
be-
think it works that way.
I mean, you're going to be rolling a bunch of dice anyway.
Okay, in the future, I'll just command Pike around to shoot at things. I mean, as he should command the rest of us. I'm like, hey, Pike, it's over
Ooh,
there.
Total successes. That's what, 6
I
total
will-
damage if you want to do that?
So we did 7, they did 7 back, and I did 7 again.
Okay, I can live with
A
that.
7 armor piercing.
Let's see. Armor piercing.
Hmm.
Well,
Goodbye.
as I expected. Pike, you come off your dropship and you come around the turns and you just, I don't even think you're
And he
angry.
did it-
I think you
he
just
did it with-
blast him as a point in fact.
He did it with the marksman rifle too, so I like the idea that like he hopped off the ramp, took around the corner, and while that guy was trying to bring his rifle up, he took a second and just shot once.
Yeah, just a single blast, dead in the face. And I don't think there's even any emotion. I think you're so devoid of emotion at this point until you were like starting.
It's fighting time.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. You guys now have a moment to.
Next is Warren.
Yeah, well, just a moment here. I have
Warren.
to update things on my side.
Is there anything behind me, like a doorway or something?
These are doors.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are doors.
Are they open?
They are closed. It's a hangar deck, so the doorway is closed. For the moment, you guys appear to be alone. There is the Blackguard dropship over here that you don't know if there's anything on. The ramp is down. You have your team and your own dropship, of course, and you have Wright, who is in need of medical attention.
So, Warren, what are you doing?
I'm holding this door here. If anything walks through, I blast it.
Warren
Overwatch
starts getting
this.
flashbacks of the station where he just grenaded everybody coming in off that one dropship.
Wright is busy being injured.
Mm-hmm.
So next is Wescott.
Yep. Let me scooch the initiative thing down. Give me 1 second, because there's things that I may or may not be doing in the background.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, so
Go ahead, Wescott.
what type of action is it to reposition within the same zone?
It's free.
Free. I reposition within the same zone. My standard action is to overwatch. Well, she will come and take this other corner, and she will overwatch in the southwestern direction towards
the
back end of their dropship.
Yep.
Their dropship specifically. And then as a fast action, she will give a command roll to the medic to tell him to patch right up.
All right, make your command roll.
Patch her right up.
I'm gonna have a field day with this extra command roll skill stuff now that I can do it as a fast action.
Oh.
Go. One extra
gonna
die
push it?
added.
Dice.
Or
Are
no.
you gonna push it or keep it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll push it because I want my person to stand back up, and that's within my agenda. So you
Okay,
get 2
okay.
extra dice
Oh.
to patch that person up.
Yeah,
Alright.
I don't.
So-
As the medic, I don't remember any of how that worked.
Well, you're not the medic.
As the previous medic, I don't remember.
my bad. That takes us to the next round. It is Watcher's turn.
Watcher is going to start by he's going to use Field Surgeon on that critical.
Okay.
So he's going to try to treat it so that we don't have to deal with the effect, and it counts as treated. So let me do +2 for criticals. Oh, somebody's about to die from critical. All right. So I guess we'll just do this else one thing. So
Yeah, some bonus dice from the command and probably some talent or something.
Probably time to shed the suits
in the med kit.
I imagine you're going to push that. Yes, you are. Okay.
Oh,
all right. So this stuff I'm
your
not 100%.
Critical,
Sorry, go
so
ahead.
your critical counts as treated.
Okay. So now the -2 or whatever it was.
So go edit your critical injury and remove any changes that are listed. So that doesn't affect your stats anymore.
Okay, so just delete it.
Don't delete the critical because you still have a critical.
But you can edit. I think
it.
is what he was trying to say.
Oh, you just totally got rid of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just.
I mean, it's fine. It just means
So -2 mobility.
Like all that's gone. You don't have any penalties.
Okay. But you just
I
have
would
to
just
remember
write it out.
narratively that you have broken ribs.
What's the number of days it takes to recover from that critical?
9.
Just write that as a note on your sheet that you now have 9-day timer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you still have 0.
Because it's treated now, so.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that doesn't give you any health back either, so you still have 0. Which means the next time you get hit, it's going to be a critical roll, period. No damage applied.
Well, until I wake right up.
Until what?
Until I wake right up, which will be next turn.
Right. Not to play on words there. Okay, so that was Watcher.
Also,
Pike.
bonus points, right? You've been pulled out of your vac suit, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yep.
Because I had to wrap your ribs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pike, you're up.
Well, I bet their dropship's doing the same thing our dropship's doing. Pike is going to use his fast action to move zones. Is there a ramp down?
Yes.
I'm going to end at the bottom of the ramp, looking up the ramp with my rifle. Do I see someone to shoot?
Yes and no. So what you see is 3 individuals that appear to be unconscious or otherwise incapacitated. They are all tied or chained or something, not chained, but like zip tied basically to various parts of the bulkhead. They are in civilian dress, nondescript, nothing special.
Okay.
Clearly, the Blackguard don't pay for their own ships.
So I'm going to shout into the back. Any flight crew on this dropship have 3 seconds to surrender, or I'm going to start fragging the fuck out of your ship.
You have.
And I'd like to make my manipulation roll to intimidate, in case there's anybody who's not zip tied in there who might want to surrender or try to shoot me.
Yeah, and to be clear, the ones that are zip tied appear to be incapacitated.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take succeeding at intimidating anybody who might be,
Gotcha.
That success will be at least enough to get people to come out and surrender, if there's anybody to do so. That'll be my turn.
Yep. Warren, you're up.
Let's see here. Section Sergeant?
That would be Pike.
What's that? Yeah. Do I breach the doorway?
We need the beachhead. Get off the dropship. Get out of the dropship. Keep going from the dropship. Breach the door. I want to. So you'd know from the brief that Pike wants to establish us in like this junction, and that'll be our beachhead, is to control this space back here.
Oh, that's a good idea, because that's where everything's coming from.
That's the choke point to allow you guys to get out of the hangars.
It also allows us to, if anybody's going to come out of these auxiliary dormitories and fuck with us, that's going to be crippling unless we can push that to a beachhead we can hold.
Yep.
Good point. So I guess I'm going to breach open the doorway and then do my pie charts, I guess.
Charts. I will note that the doors appear to be easily manipulated into opening. You don't have to apply even brute force or explosives. You find a nice little button that, while written in Cyrillic, or excuse me, in the Cyrillic alphabet, I hope I'm saying that right, it's easy to figure out which button is the open button, and the doors slide right open.
Good.
Have you guys shed your vac suits, or is that after you secure this area?
Once we have the beachhead, we'll rotate taking our vac suits off.
Gotcha. Okay.
I want that violence of action
into
so
the
we can establish.
Yeah, into the hallway. From there is one zone. Just for clarity's sake.
Yep. All right. So I'm just gonna look around, see what's happening.
Well, on a positive note, as you poke your head into that hallway, nobody's shooting at you.
Well, that's positive, yeah.
It's a very positive note.
Okay. Securing the beachhead. Are you taking up the behind with the dormitories? Anyone? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're following along, but
it's a matter of turns. So I'm going to ask you a question, Warren.
Okay.
Is that the limit of your advancement? Specifically?
That's the limit.
So now, I'm going to say, are you poking into this hallway by any chance?
Not without my shield ready.
Outstanding. Right. It is your turn.
Right still is unconscious. Or not unconscious, but incapacitated.
Correct. So that means
Wescott.
It is Wescott in just a second. Oops. Damn it. All right, Wescott, go ahead.
I mean, as far as this space over here that you were looking at, Pike has got this under control.
Yep. Okay. I reposition in same zone. So if I move here, can I see clearly into the other zone without, or is that changing zones?
I will allow that you can see the back of Warren from there. Or at the very least,
Mhm.
like if you poke your head around the corner, you'll see him just fine.
Yeah.
So you should be able to
So
see from like here to here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will actually I will spend the fast action to change zones,
Mhm.
and I will overwatch in the direction of Warren. So pretty much I'm moving so I can shoot any moron who's coming out of any of these dormitories while
Yep.
Warren's taking the forward position.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool.
Watcher, you're up.
All right. Watcher's going to try to give right hit points.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll hopefully do better this time.
Do you? No, the command dice was only a one-time thing, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
And I am going to push this. Because right has a gigantic health pool.
5 hit points.
Right,
Am I right?
right recovers 5 hit points.
Okay.
And Watcher just looks down at Right while he's like, like giving drugs. He's got his kit open and just sort of like, "Are you with me, Marine?"
Okay.
And that's his turn.
One quick second. I'm gonna use the restroom really fast, and I gotta check on my kid. So give me like 45 seconds to a minute and a half here, and I'll be right back.
And that is 2 of our med kits.
Wow.
That's probably mine too, I guess.
Nope.
Okay, just yours. Okay.
He didn't use his personal one, and he didn't use your personal one. He's using the extra supplies that we picked up.
Good. All right, I'm gonna go get some coffee, I guess then.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back, and it is
Pike's
Pike's turn.
Did anybody come out of the dropship?
No, nobody has come out of the dropship.
right.
Your command roll, while effective, as far as you can tell, does not appear to actually have had any effect.
All right. I'm going to use my fast action to change zones.
Okay.
I'm going into the dropship, and I'm going to clear the dropship.
Okay. Two questions, or well, one question and then a result. You know, in like Photoshop and PowerPoint, you can right click and send something to the back, and therefore you would be able to see your icon instead of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to do that without making the ship invisible?
I can see myself on top of the ship.
I can't see your token.
I mean,
Oh.
I'm right here.
Yeah, no, I know that. I know that.
Yeah.
It's popped up a couple of times. I was hoping that there would be a way to like change which layer.
There's a way to add things to maps on a different layer, but I don't remember how to do that because I don't do it very often.
Fair enough.
So
I'm going to just simply move the dropship over here, and you guys can just remember that it's here instead.
I mean, so I can
see everybody. Okay. Yeah, so as you enter the back of the dropship, it is empty of anybody other than those 3 incapacitated people that are zip tied to various things in the dropship. They've been secured to it. There is
walking to the cockpit and back. There's nobody here except the people who are tied up.
Correct. And again, they're in civilian dress. The ship does appear to be in a powered mode, but it's more like almost like a power saving mode. You know?
Okay.
Like when when the monitor puts the screensaver on, but you can easily turn the computer back on really quick.
Yeah. I'd like to, for my slow action, make a piloting roll.
Okay.
I want to completely shut down the dropship.
Okay.
Pike's not gonna try to do anything fancy, like try to lock out the computer, but he's gonna make it take a lot longer if somebody wants to use this to get off the ship.
Okay.
So he's gonna do a full, complete shutdown to make it take as long as possible for somebody to spin the engines back up.
I suppose we can allow a piloting roll for that. I feel like that would normally be a comtech, but
I mean, he's not hacking, he's not sabotaging.
yeah,
This is a
it's just
regular
straight up like
piloting procedure.
I'm turning the keys and pulling them out of the ignition.
Yeah, except
yeah,
it takes longer. It takes longer to do the reverse in a plane.
Yep, exactly.
So I will take my success.
Okay, yeah.
Well, that'll be Pike's turn.
That dropship is effectively shut down. You hear the engine shutting down sound that we always hear for spacecraft. It's just like a. I don't know how much of that actually made it through the mic, but
all of it.
Oh well, that's good, I suppose. Okay.
Success to Warren. Yeah. Oh, and Pike will get on the comms and say, "Enemy dropship secured."
All right, Warren, you're up.
I guess I peek my head around the corner.
Stop.
Good.
Like shield.
AW.
Corner.
Yeah, pretty much.
You actually see more than just an AW down that hallway there. One of them does indeed get a chance to shoot. The other one wasn't necessarily an Overwatch per se.
Okay.
Oops, inventory.
At least you have a shield to hide behind.
Yep, so that is all damage on you.
Okay, how much?
3 base with 2 success, so 5. Unless I'm screwing up how that works.
So -5 and then armor piercing?
Correct.
I guess?
Yes. And
it's 5 damage. There's no minus.
It's 5 damage.
I have 16 armor though. I need to
take off the vac suit.
Oh, okay.
It'll take it out of the dice pool, and you're just rolling the higher of your 2 armor values, which is what you should be rolling.
Okay. Fine.
You're probably gonna have to roll this armor a couple of times, so. Remember, you only need 2 successes on the armor roll to totally negate it.
Oof.
Nope.
That's not what you needed.
That's not at all what you needed. Go ahead and apply full damage there, friend.
5 damage.
5 damage.
Yeah. Are you still alive?
No.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that critical. Gouged eye.
So you got hit in the face.
Yeah. Well, I think what happens is, so narratively, you guys are still in vac suits, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So I think what happens is some of those bullets that come at you chip the glass of your helmet face piece, and some of that glass gets in your eye. I will give you this that does not require that observation roll to be made. You hear this spinning up. And I realize it's not exactly a Gatling gun, but you hear whatever machinations need to be heard for that thing to be recognized as it's about to start firing.
Okay. Do I fall back where I was, or?
Yeah, you
fall down.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right where you are.
Now, it does narratively say you're not necessarily unconscious, depending on your injury. You're just like incapacitated, so you can moan, you can call for help, but you can't do anything overly intelligible.
Yeah.
But it does say you have a little locomotion, so you could narratively fall and like drag yourself off the corner.
Like you could do a very slow combat roll out of the line of sight, because this is really advantageous for you to do because of the way the hallways are designed.
Yeah, I figured that I would have been so peeking out that I would have been like basically falling back into wherever area I was after I got shot in the face.
Yeah, and you basically start around that corner and you just get fucking blasted by this blackguard that just happened to be basically popping in out of nowhere, and then you hear at the same time the whirring of motors and whatnot of that sentry gun just kind of spinning the barrel up and tracking onto you as you fall backwards. And then Wescott, you hear the gunfire and spattering of bullets hitting the wall and Warren going down hard. That takes us to right.
Right is up.
Right is up. What is right going to do? You've probably also heard Warren go, "Oh fuck! Oh my eye!
Oh, my everything.
Yeah, oh my everything." Yeah, that's about right.
All right. What's a good idea here? So I don't have the suit anymore.
I pulled you out of your suit so I could treat your injuries.
Okay.
It's gonna be a lot of purple hearts this round.
Well-
You don't want to know the thought that just went through my head.
Who's gonna get those purple hearts?
No, it was more like I may need to reduce bad guys on the maps.
No. See,
So
and
I'm
you were
gonna move
worried
to
about
this
the
area
grenade.
and pull them back.
You were worried about the grenade. It's not the grenade that's scary. It's the armor-piercing rifles that's scary.
Yeah, they are.
Armor-piercing rifles are scary.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move them back,
Okay.
out of the way, and then just like
Overwatch in the corner or
prepare
something.
for something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. That will now be
We need help at
Wescott's
the
turn.
bulkhead.
I'm sorry?
Right. We need help at the bulkhead area. Beachhead. Right screams out into the thing.
Yep. All right, Wescott, you're up.
So does right just basically stand up and move into position? Is that what I'm
Right
getting?
moves them Warren back and then just kind of covers them.
So Warren is, or excuse me, right is kind of covering down this way. Is that what?
Covering this angle here, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So
So
probably like this.
Yeah, that
I'm
would
gonna
make
move
sense.
up to here, and I'm gonna, to whom it may concern, a grenade around the corner.
Okay.
I'm not. I sure as shit ain't going around there. The closest thing that's going around that corner might be my rifle barrel because
Yeah.
I have the under barrel grenade launcher.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah. To whom it may concern, grenade.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Now,
now-
you're not gonna. You
but-
can't aim to hit an individual target, so you're just rolling blast against the zone.
Yep. Which
Yeah.
is from.
But the one success is everything you needed to make sure it went in the area you wanted it to.
Yeah, I basically was trying to ricochet it down the hallway.
And that whole hallway length up to the middle intersection there is one zone,
Triangles.
All right. Roll high. Knock over that gun turret.
That's 2 successes.
Yeah.
There is no push on this roll, correct?
No.
Okay, so that's 2 damage.
So it's regular armor.
Correct.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Now, was
And-
this a sentry gun?
Yes.
Did it knock over the sentry gun?
That's a good question. I just realized it doesn't have armor, so what do I got to roll for that?
Does it have any hit pool at all, or is it just destroyed?
Oh, that's also a great question because
Yeah. If you open it up, does it have health?
it does have health, and
Oh,
it does. Well, let me rephrase that. It did have health.
Oh.
Is it gone now?
It is disabled, for lack of a better word.
Nice.
So,
I love. I brought a couple grenades with me because I figured I might need to whom it may concern around corners.
I mean, that's what
I'm just
grenades are
glad
great
it's paid
for.
off.
Okay, that is
As a side note, my fast action is to order right to drop Warren off back at the medic and come back,
Oh, I mean, the
or
medic's
at
gonna
least
come to
pull
you.
his ass back to the doorway so he's not right up underfoot. I want him shoved out of the zone because we're about to take a grenade, is what I'm basically telling you to do.
okay.
I mean,
I want
next
him out of the
person
line of
is-
fire.
Next is going to be Watcher.
Yeah, it's Watcher's turn now.
Okay.
I basically
So
tell him
the
like her
order-
to like make sure he gets to the medic.
Okay. Well, Watcher's going to take his fast action to come to his patient.
Watcher's just crawling behind everybody as people start getting
Okay,
injured.
well, does that mean I
Hold on.
command roll the medic to come treat this dumbass?
That sounds
I feel
better,
like
yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
Okay, excuse me. Let me push my command roll. There you
successes.
go. You have 2 extra dice treating this dumbass.
So he hears you ordering that, trying to
Like just come treat Warren.
he hears you talking about getting Warren off the line. So he'll come forward and
Right in the
he's
doorway,
going-
I think. That would be a
Also-
really good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
Actually,
fuck.
wait.
Sentry gonna grenade in, get Warren out of this line. Is basically what the command will be.
Yeah.
Because if they're already setting up sentry guns, it means we're about to take nasty return fire.
Okay.
Hmm.
Watcher will grab Warren, and she doesn't want him on the line. So like coming to the edge here to grab Warren where he's at, I don't have to change zones. So I'll
Mhm.
totally abuse that I can grab and drag for my fast action.
Yep.
So
I'm
he's
down
out
with
of-
it. I'm good with
So
it.
do you want to move Warren up one more space?
One more.
Yep. And then I will use another med kit.
God. I just do not want the extra bodies in the I'm sure I'm about to eat a grenade from this dude moment. You know? Is that with the 2 extra dice for me?
Yeah.
All right,
This
roll
is
stress,
worth it.
Watcher.
Oh
Here you
no,
go.
it's the first stress die.
It's got a tremble. Holy shit.
Oh, he must. Yeah. He doesn't have our.
He's constantly putting people together. He's like, what is this bullshit? This is why I put in a package for that transfer. So
What do you like this
will-
better than the last job?
So Warren, you will heal 4. You'll have 4 health.
And that
That is all my
-2
health.
until the panic stops. Okay. You got all your health back?
Wait a minute. I had second wind. I'm dumb. Whatever. Okay.
Well, now you
Well,
have second
that
wind the
means
next time you get knocked down.
You still have it you can still use it later if you
Yeah.
need to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
heal
like
you
there's going to
for
be a
4.
mall win. Nice. I'm at full.
Now, what does that do about it? Oh, all you did was his
All I did was the health. I didn't
Yeah.
do anything about his critical.
okay. Because now
No,
you
I'll
still have that
to,
-2
deal with that. Yeah.
-2
Yeah.
observation and something else. I don't remember what it was.
-2 observation,
range
-2
combat.
range combat.
Okay. All right.
Which is
And honestly,
fine.
I'm not
I have
gonna
an 11.
spend the med kit on his eye.
That seems wasteful.
It does.
I'll
It's
accept
definitely
that.
one of those questionable ones. Like, do you really want to do that, or do we want to save it for something far more severe?
Watcher has to ration his supplies.
Yes.
And he's decided that he's
Mhm.
not going to heal that critical.
Yep. Pike, you're up. You are in the back of that dropship that is
So
empty, except for those 3 knuckleheads.
I'll take my fast to exit the dropship. If
Okay.
you want to put it back where it was, now that I'm no longer on it.
Yep. And while I'm doing that really quick, I'm gonna put. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna put some random ass people on here. Let's call them. It'd be really cool is if they gave me like a random generic NPC called Random Ass Civilian.
Hmm.
Let's see, what am I looking for here? Oh, why am I looking in there when I can look in here? Let's see. Yeah, we'll do one of those. We'll do those. And we'll do one of those. That way you can see them. Okay. Those are the 3 that were tied up in there. Nothing special about them.
Give me a second. I'm looking for something here.
Uh-huh.
I might turn my light on so I can get a little bit faster. Give me a second.
Yep. Do what you gotta do, man.
The cats are taking turns sitting on the armrest to get petted.
I don't even have Zoom open. Well, I have, obviously it's open, but like I haven't been looking at it in a while.
And now it's Orange Cat's turn.
Yeah, I see that. Orange and white.
Pike might be about to go for a fight.
Pike might be going for a what?
Pike might be going full Pike.
Uh-oh. Is he? Well, he doesn't have the Nova anymore.
Doesn't he?
That
does-
doesn't.
He does not.
He doesn't need Nova to go full Pike, my friend.
This is true. This is true.
All he has to do is, overkill.
Can I roll for which
Overkilling on
eye
a
got
UPP
gouged?
ship where the threat just never ends.
Yeah. God, that would just be gory.
Yeah.
Can I roll for which eye got gouged?
If you want to, sure.
I mean, I gotta know which eye's going down the iron sight now.
Well, I mean, you took the penalty to range combat, so I imagine it would be your dominant eye.
I mean, any eye would just be a terrible time to try to aim if it's not treated.
This is also very true.
I mean, losing a finger would still affect your aim.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
So whose turn is it?
It's still Pike's
Pike's.
turn, but he's looking something up in the rules.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you-
a 1 is a left and a 2 is a right.
1 left, 2 right.
Left
One
eye.
left eye. We're going to start calling you left eye.
Old righty.
Yeah, speaking of gun ranges, I always thought it was hilarious that I'm left-handed but right eye dominant.
That's well, I don't know if it's necessarily common, but that can be a tricky thing for shooting.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
just shoot right-handed because let me tell you, getting cases down clothing and in your face and stuff sucks.
Oh, no.
And there are a very select number of firearms that'll kick in the opposite direction. And it's just not worth it. I'd rather just shoot right-handed, right-eyed with a rifle than dealing with brass where it's not supposed to be.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're
burned-
talking about because my ex-girlfriend and I went shooting one time and she took hot brass straight into her chest.
Yeah,
Through the open
especially
shirt and everything. Yeah, it was not pleasant.
yeah. Actually it sucks more when it gets stuck in your glasses though.
Ooh.
Like because it catches like on the edge of your safety glass or on
Yeah.
the side.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I wear safety glasses over my regular prescription glasses.
Yeah, I can see how that'd be
And,
problematic.
It
That
sucks
is-
more. I'd rather have brass down my shirt than against my face again, if I given the choice. Because I was unlucky because it bounced off the wall and came back and popped me in the face.
Yeah. Oof. I think the worst I've ever had was
Indoor ranges, man.
Yeah. I think the worst I've ever had was just a piece of brass hitting me like in the neck, hitting right on the collar line because the guy next to me shot around. Because, you know, in the military, we're all laying in the ground shooting and we're all kind of close together. Casing comes out, hitting me, and I'm just like, meh. But, I mean, it wasn't nothing, but, like, it just bounces off, and you're just like, ooh, that's kind of warm. A totally different scenario when it hits you and it stays there for a moment. Kane, are you good over there, man?
Yeah. Okay.
No, not
So-
you.
All right. So I will use one fast action to change zones to get off the dropship.
Okay.
And then by slow action, I will use as a fast action to change zones again
To come out in the hallway.
to be able to enter the hallway zone.
Now, you can go anywhere in the zone up to the intersection, am I right? Because you're going into the zone.
I mean, is this the edge of the zone?
Correct.
Or is this like
I'm
part of the
using,
zone?
it's basically the intersections is what I'm using for zone barriers.
So this hallway is
Um,
technically 2 zones. One on the left side and one on the right side of the intersection.
Yes. So, yeah, this side's one, this side's one, and then this one's another one.
Okay.
All set?
I mean, I see 2 people at the wall there, so I'm just
fall
I'll
back a
change
little
to
bit?
here and I'm gonna throw open this door. I'm gonna make sure there's nobody in here.
Okay. Nobody in there.
Cool.
That takes us to... Yep. And then that's dead. Warren.
I was looking for that mobility to run thing, but that's a Twilight thing.
Okay.
So because I wanted to see if I could just like roll good enough on mobility to just run around into melee with that guy, even if I couldn't attack him yet. Just be like, I'm here, motherfucker, deal with me.
I've lost control of my Warren person.
Your token?
Yeah, there's 2 of them now.
Yeah, you'll need to refresh your browser.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
there's only one for us.
Oh.
I hope that's not because I moved it earlier.
Oh. It is. We both moved it at the same time, I think.
That would do it, I suppose.
All right. So this from here to here would be an action, and then
Moving from
so-
there into this hallway
Oh.
is a single zone, as far as I'm concerned. You just
Then
have the
can
benefit of a
I-
doorway.
This room is a
Can
zone. This room is a zone.
Correct.
So can I move the zone and then toss my own grenade this way?
Yeah, I think so. I think that
Um,
that would be your full round of action, I believe. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
absolutely doable.
So I'm gonna put myself over here, whatever, you know what I mean, to
Yep.
like lob this in this way.
Yeah, and I'm just
Cool.
gonna put one of these tokens back here, so they're not. Oh God, now I have two. All right, I'm gonna delete that one. Maybe not. All
That's
right,
a bad idea.
give me a second. Let me refresh my screen here. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, we're good now.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and toss your
My
to whom it may
Granada.
concern rock.
Yeah, or to whom it may concern, horseshoe.
So it's a ranged attack -2, eh? Is
Yeah.
it already calculated with the
No.
thing?
I
Okay,
was
so
gonna say
I'll
if you
have to
throw,
actually...
I
I
threw
don't know.
grenade. I clicked on the grenade when I threw mine.
No, but I
Yeah.
mean, like,
I don't
click
know.
on...
If just throw it, and if it does not have the subtraction, then we'll figure out what to do. Because this is a question we need to answer anyways.
Yes.
I actually think I rolled close quarters instead of ranged combat last time. I would have gotten an extra dice. Oh, whatever, who cares. Whatever. Let me see here. I think I just right click. Yeah, okay, there it is. Left click. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 dice? Does that sound about right?
Well, it was
Yes,
12.
you roll 12 black and 1 yellow die.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So that is it. The right number of dice for you?
No, it didn't subtract the 2. No, 7 plus 5, so that's 12.
Yeah.
So yeah.
12 plus
So
the
it didn't
one
subtract.
stress die.
Well,
Okay.
we know that you're not going to do a direct hit anyways because you're blowing around the corner. So it doesn't. We don't need to worry about subtracting dice you shouldn't have rolled. We got the answer to the
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
Now you just need to roll your 9 blast dice.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see here.
And that you should be. Well, I just rolled 9d6 is what I did.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I did too.
Okay. 1, 2. I see 2 6s.
1, 2. Yep, 2
Yeah,
6s.
2 6s.
Okay.
If you click on the total, it opens it up and it shows you all the dice that were rolled.
For you guys, it does. For some reason, I don't always get that.
Right, well,
Okay.
he takes none of it. He's
Yep.
fine.
But that's not all.
And that sentry gun is extra crumbly.
Yes, it is. Okay. Oh shoot! I gotta reset my. Give me a second. I gotta set my windows back up the way I had them because I refreshed and everything. Okay. So that was Warren throwing grenades. Right, you're up.
Yep. Give me a memento. He's in one zone next to us, right?
Yes, that is one zone away,
Now,
or the adjacent zone, I suppose is the word I want to use.
they took damage, so well, at least one of them. Somebody took damage. Anybody who takes damage is knocked out of their Overwatch.
Ooh, good thing you mentioned that. I would not have been paying attention to that.
So Wright would know that after suppressing with a grenade, she can push around the corner with the shield.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a great idea for a breacher.
That's her job.
Did I get shot again in the face?
I was just gonna say, hold on. So you're about to push up that corridor, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, Kane, I want to make sure I heard you right because I was trying to put the correct tokens on them 3 knuckleheads on the dropship. If you took damage from a grenade, you lose Overwatch. But if you are hit with a grenade but don't take damage, you do not lose Overwatch, correct? Was that a yes?
Correct.
Okay. Stand by. I keep doing that. Right. 4 5 damage.
Jesus Christ. All right.
But you have
let's
armor,
see here.
armor piercing,
You need 2 successes on your armor.
and because
And
you poked your
got-
head and because you poked your head around the corner there is a second blackguard coming down the hallway now.
What is this there? Okay.
So to be clear, one of them took damage from the first grenade from Wescott, and then the other one took damage from the grenade that just went off this time.
Okay. So I take armor piercing.
Yes.
So you've got your shield and your... Man, we just cannot roll armor.
No. All right, that breaks me once more.
Roll a critical.
Yeah. None.
Oh, shit.
None.
Crotch hit.
I should not be laughing at this. I should not be laughing at this.
1 point of damage for every roll for mobility in close combat.
Give me a
Ew.
second.
1 point of
2
damage
days.
in every roll. Wait, what? Every time you
Every time
Pause?
she rolls mobility or close, anytime she rolls mobility or close combat, she'll take a point of damage unless I heal it.
gotcha. Okay, so basically an aggravating wound, effectively.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. One sec. So now he is not hidden anymore. Okay. Right? Yeah, that interrupted your turn. So, oops. This guy is also firing. Well, hold on, because right, I'm assuming you fell back behind the cover here. You're not.
That would be the ideal.
Yeah, like I don't think you would drop right there necessarily. Somebody would have like at least made you tumble backwards or pull you out or something as some sort of free action. So yeah, this guy is going to toss a grenade down the hallway there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll your blast dice.
Yep. I see 1 success.
Regular
Which is
armor
enough to do
rolls.
terrible. Yeah. Got it. Right.
Wescott takes a damage.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so Wright's gonna roll armor.
Yep.
Right,
Okay,
I
okay.
believe it's good because it was only 1
That
point of
is-
damage.
Yeah.
And
And then
Warren.
Warren.
It's also good.
Okay.
And then Pike, you're still in that zone.
Yep.
Takes a
He
point of
takes a point
damage,
of damage.
and is properly and thoroughly infuriated at this point, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's kind of annoyed.
I love how you said kind of annoyed so nonchalantly. All right. Wescott, you're up.
Cool. I peek around this corner
Mm-hmm.
and I shoot the motherfucker in the front.
Okay. Make your roll. Go ahead. and
Please be
open up his-
successful at anything.
Let me make my
I am not making any headway, by the way. None.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, that is a single
One
hit.
moment.
Go ahead and push that. I'm sure you
I'm
want
pushing that.
to. Okay, that's a total
that's
of
good.
6 damage, I believe it is.
Yep.
Let me roll my armor
Um,
piercing. Go ahead.
Disarm.
Okay, so you want to do 5 damage and disarm him?
Yes.
Okay.
4 damage
So-
and a disarm.
Well, you know what? He is disarmed in the best possible way.
Is he dead?
I love how the plus dead shows up on him when you drop that icon.
+1 dead, please.
Exactly.
so-
The best crowd
For my
control.
fast action,
Mhm.
Pike, there's another one that needs shot.
You're giving him a command? No, this is the best part. That is your command, exactly the way you just said it. Pike, another one needs to be shot in the face.
Because I have like
Hmm.
I'm looking at the dead, like the down person in front of my face. I just shot one, and there's another one right fucking there.
I got a plan.
Would you like to push that to give him additional dice, or do you think that's a little risky?
You're fine. Don't worry about
Oh
it.
wait. I'm going to push it because I killed someone and I got to reduce my stress.
Oh.
So I'm
Oh,
down to
you
2
have? Is
stress
that
now.
merciless?
Yeah, she is
Yes.
merciless.
That's amazing. That Wescott of all people has merciless.
Oh,
Holy shit!
Fives. Oh, buddy, this is gonna be real exciting. I'm gonna have a great time on my turn.
This is gonna be awesome.
None of what has happened has changed my plan, but that is going to make it even more glorious when I do it.
The best part is you are up before that guy gets to act again.
Yeah.
Thank God.
The next is Watcher.
Yes,
Mhm.
Watcher is up.
He's gonna take a fast action to change zones, so he can get to right again.
Watcher is just like, well, I guess I'm earning my fucking paycheck today.
And he's gonna try to give you health.
Right in the crotch.
I wonder what his like mental image of our team being shot to pieces by Blackguard is.
I mean, they're
I will
Blackguard.
push the roll.
They're Blackguard. If anybody's gonna fuck your team up, it should be them. Oh dear lord.
Oh my god.
One hell of a failure, man.
Freezes.
Take
All
another point
friendly
of stress,
PCs in
guys.
short range take 1 additional point of stress.
Oh, that's me.
So I want to think that for this, like he's grabbed, he reaches into the pack where all of those extra med packs were, and he realizes he's already out of the extra med packs, and that's what makes him freeze. He's like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
Like holy shit, I've never had to use so many med packs like this.
This is so fucked.
Now, it doesn't matter right this second, and it's not something that anybody's going to consciously consider because middle of firefight. But I will say that you could probably find another, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe even 6 med kits on the dropship. And possibly even more on the enemy dropships, since they're all the same.
Yeah, we're just stealing all their shit, let's be clear.
Yeah,
Because we kind of have to.
Well, we need this area first.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to think about this right now.
Right, and Pike will also be he's in the same range, so he's in short range. He's in the same zone, so he'll also take that point of stress.
Yes.
He's like, fuck this medic.
All right. Speaking
next
of
is
Pike, it is Pike's turn.
I will use my fast action to change zones.
Oh no.
Do it, Pike. Do it. Do what you're
Yes,
gonna
with
do.
your +5 extra dice, please.
So he's just going to start running down the corridor.
Yeah.
And as he starts to run past Wescott, he's huffing. He says, "Stop, Sergeant!" It just keeps running. And he's gonna just like jump. He's gonna jump in the air, and he's just gonna like bring his fist down on this guy's face.
Okay.
From a dead sprint.
All right.
Oh, you learned that from Warren. The Superman punch.
So this is a close combat. Now, because it's a melee attack, I get a chance to surrender is it my slow action to respond in kind or resist it or something like that?
You can give up your fast action to try to roll against it.
Okay. Yeah. That will be happening. So go ahead and make your roll.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Wow, that's a lot of dice. Holy shit.
And I am pushing it.
Yes,
Would you like to try to cancel these 7 successes?
I'm going to certainly fucking try, because no Blackguard is going to take a punch without going down. That looks like something like 5 damage, I believe.
So you're canceling 2, so I'm at 6 damage.
6 right now, after the cancellation?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well.
So let me look at what I want to do with this.
Yeah, what do you want to do with the extra, like, tell me what you want to do with these stunts and whatnot before I start applying shit. Also, I get armor roll on that too, do I not?
Yeah, you'll get your armor roll.
Okay.
So let's start with that actually, because I've got to see how many of these dice you might cancel.
None.
Cool. So armor's doing what it's been doing this whole fight, basically nothing. So I have 5 successes right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with a grapple.
Okay.
In case you don't die. I'm also going to knock your weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't want to do these other things because if he's not dead after this, I'm going to use him as a human shield.
All right. So how much damage is he taking? 3?
So 5, 4. Yeah, so we're looking at 3 damage.
3 damage. Oops. And he has been disarmed. And he has been grappled.
Mhm,
by Pike.
mhm.
Now, it's his turn.
Actually,
Go
we're
ahead.
gonna go with 4 damage in a grapple because you won't be able to use your weapon in a grapple anyways.
Well,
Hmm.
4 damage kills
Okay, we'll do
Hmm.
that.
him.
And Pike gets a point of stress back.
Mhm.
Yep. And so I think what happens is Pike, you barge in here. You mouth something to Wescott. It's Staff Sergeant, goddammit. Or whatever it was you said. You bolt down the hallway. You do a flying Superman punch from like 15 yards away. Maybe it's not realistic. Maybe it is. You
It's a
thump
Space
this
80s
dude in the
action game.
yeah. You thump this dude in the face with your fist, and then you just grab him. And somewhere along the way, maybe some primordial rage boils over, and you just basically snap this dude not quite in half, but you definitely feel things crunching when that happens. However, because of your current location,
Mhm.
you happen to see and hear the second sentry gun spin up and start whirring its way towards you.
Sentry guns don't. Well, okay, I see what you mean. So I can
It's
hear that
turreting
it's.
around to you, and by the time its turn comes up again, it will be able to shoot you.
Wait, where is
But
it? I don't see it.
right here,
Oh,
I do.
okay.
That's good
it is
enough.
now Warren's turn.
Um, is Warren the one who's dead? No, Warren is not the one who's dead. Perfect.
Is Wright dead? Is anybody dead?
Right.
I don't
No,
think any
not
of you
dead.
are dead.
Right is still down.
Wright got right in the groin.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
And the medic froze. So
Mhm.
yeah. So let's see here. Give me 1 second to square up my inventory.
I will say that Warren,
Uh,
if you wanted to take a shot from there on the second sentry gun that you had not previously noticed, it
Yeah.
is there's one zone of hallway, and then it is in a zone on the other side of that zone.
that would make
So-
it medium range.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure exactly what the range breakdown was, but do take that into mind that there is
Yeah, because the
some range
first
here.
zone is short, and then
Yep.
the second zone is
Yeah.
medium.
I'm gonna run into this zone anyways, so
So now that makes it just back down to short range because it's the next zone up from your current position.
which is fine because I'm tossing another grenade into this guy's lap.
Well, it's a drone gun turret tripod
It's a drone
thing.
gun.
It's a
It-
sentry
well,
gun.
It's a sentry
It's
turret.
a sentry turret. Okay. So I should probably grenade it then.
You can.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can see it, so you can like if you do roll a direct hit, it will be taking 9 damage.
Okay. And it won't hurt us.
Correct, because it's in a separate zone.
It's in a different
That
zone
is some
than Pike.
space 80s magic right there.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. It dies. Well, actually,
It doesn't have armor, right?
no, it doesn't have armor. I was
So
gonna.
it
I was like,
dies.
wait, I got to roll armor. And I was like, no, wait, it doesn't have any armor. So it blows up, and that will take us, for the moment, out of combat.
I use a command roll to tell the medic to calm the fuck on down, breathe, and then deal with his business.
Okay.
Would you please roll command and see if I can cancel this condition? Oh,
You can.
I'm no longer panic 10.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Thank
so,
God.
Watcher
I
is
got
going.
to you.
Watcher is going to. You
I
tell him to relax and get his shit together. He looks up. He nods very solemnly. He reaches into his kit. He will nap relieve himself, and then he will render medical aid.
That's very.
And I will say that for the moment, as far as you can tell, your immediate threat has been neutralized. Your beachhead has been established. Do what you would like to do with that information.
Right, you have 3 health.
And no groin.
Your groin injury is still there.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
So yes, no groin.
Okay, I understand now. Pike's gonna keep his shield.
Pike's
He's
gonna
just gonna
okay.
he's gonna have this dead guy like under one arm carrying him like a bag.
He's just toting around a dead
Mhm.
blackguard who's been crushed to death.
Warren, right. Clear these dormitories.
All right, make an observation roll. Just one, either one of the two of them can do it. It'll just count for all of those auxiliary dormitories down on the bottom of the map.
I'm basically telling
I
them to
use
buddy clear.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep, no worries.
Do I have to move do I have to move them or anything or?
No, we can kind of ad lib.
Watch
Okay,
is gonna lean against the wall next to Wescott, and you can see where he's like tapping the blood on himself to see what's his because he knows he got fragged.
So I'm gonna use my watchful in case there's anything.
I guess Watcher, you get tagged out first for switching your suit out or taking off your suit.
He nods and he starts stripping off the vac suit.
Oof. Make that panic roll, Warren.
Okay.
No, what am I worried
Dice.
about? Warren's usually the one that's cool as hell.
Right?
Warren's fine. Warren's fine.
Oh,
So-
do I? Yeah, no, I don't. Okay.
Okay. So you and Wright clear those 5 auxiliary dorms. It looks like they were used maybe recently, but no one's really gone through to clean them up. Like housekeeping hasn't been by, but they're also not looking like they're occupied at all. Nothing of note in any of them.
While they're clearing those and Watcher's taking his suit off, Pike is gonna bring his body pillow with him.
Oh my god.
He's gonna bring this guy over to Wescott.
It's
and
called the Dakimakura.
while his head's like bouncing around because his neck's been shattered, and he just like drops this guy next to Wescott and says, "Break into their comms," and he'll go back to go pick up the other body.
Oh, Wescott is grinning like mad. She's about to have a field day here.
Okay. So first, give me Westcott. Make a wits roll for me, really quick, please.
Okay. Wits with stress.
Without stress. Let's not make it crazy. Okay. When he gives you that command to basically break into their shit, you take a moment to think about, like, shit, holy crap, like, that was a firefight, holy balls. And you start kind of piecing things together about what you need to do next, and you realize that these 2 AWs came from this way, which tells you that the second hangar deck is where they came from. And so you can deduce
There's at least another dropship.
there is
full.
a second dropship over there. So now you have 2 dropships worth of computers to check out. Where would you like to begin?
Excuse me. I have a body with a radio in front of me.
You do. So do you want to get into the computers or do you want to get into their comms? Actually, you
He
did
told
say
me to
comms.
hack their comms.
You did say comms. Yes. I apologize.
So I just
the other information is still valid though.
yeah, staff sergeant.
mhm,
If they're coming from that direction, that means they probably have a second dropship over there. As I'm sitting there doing comm-techy things.
Okay. Well, you've definitely been able to. In fact, with those extra successes, unless there's something specific you want to do, you are now.
I don't need to repeat it.
Yep.
I do it quick.
Huh.
And I get unexpected information.
Okay. You are tied in with their comms. You are now effectively in their comm network as if you were one of them. And you now get unexpected information. There is... God, give me a second. I got to remember what's what here.
Surprise us.
Let's see. Yes, there are surprises. There is 1 team on deck D. There are 3 teams on deck C.
And what deck are we on?
You are on
E.
Echo.
Echo.
And
So-
there is...
So that
Oh,
would be
and there
1
are
team
2
on deck Delta and 3 teams on deck Charlie.
and 2 on deck Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
So
Top
there
deck?
are what appears to be a total of, let me double check my math, a total of 6 teams aboard. 6 teams of
6
4.
fire teams or 6 squads?
6 teams of 4
Okay. 6 teams of 4.
total.
Staff Sergeant Pike getting numbers of 6 other teams.
There's 5
Oh,
other
four.
teams. You've taken out
all
1.
of them in a ship.
And then
So
I
he's-
and then I explain him to where they are. Break it down as I'm
So-
getting it.
So he's listening to this, right? He went over to get that other body, and he's brought it back and dropped it in case Wescott needs his comm gear. He sees like Warren and Wright as they're like coming out of one of these rooms, and they're bloodied, they've been like shot and blown up, and he looks at
Wescott's been pincushioned really bad. She's walking around with 1 hit point.
yeah, like
Mhm.
Wescott's been shot. Watcher's busy checking like his own injuries, and Pike just silently decides he's quietly walking up this hallway while they're doing their thing. He's gonna check this dropship by himself, and he's not saying anything about it.
Okay.
Do I see that go down?
I think maybe you're busy at the time gathering information, listening in. Maybe you watch it, but you're definitely listening into some comms.
Well,
It
if I
sounds
see
like
Pike walking down that hallway, I'll like side tap Watcher and say, "Follow up," and I point down towards the direction of Pike.
He'll start jogging that way.
You don't send somebody by themselves.
So as Pike is like at this corner and he's swapping weapons, Watcher just sort of like runs up and checks his ammo, and he's looking at Pike, and Pike looks back at him, and Pike says, "The fuck are you doing?" Sarge said to follow up. Do you know how to use that thing? Yeah, I'm good. All right, fuck it.
Yes,
Wait,
got my players
wait,
to talk
wait,
to
wait.
themselves.
I give Watcher a grenade as he runs that way.
Okay.
I take a high explosive grenade off my belt, hand it to Watcher, and tell him to go give it to Pike.
Sarge said to give this to you.
Yeah.
She says she loves you. She misses you.
I give him the best presents ever. Okay, I expect credit for that.
So yeah, Pike's gonna check around.
Because
Okay.
I saw Pike did not have grenades, and I was disappointed in him. Disappointed a little in my inner heart of hearts.
It wasn't part of his standard kit. Those are grenades he accumulated over the course of the game, really.
Mhm.
All right, so here's what we'll do. We'll do Warren and Wright real quick. Then we'll do Pike
Okay.
and his clearing the dropship, and then we'll come back to Wescott. So Warren and Wright, you've cleared these dorms down at the bottom of the map. What would you like to do next? At some point, you guys probably want to take off your suits.
Yeah, that would be the idea.
Yeah,
Who still
so
has their suits at this point?
Warren,
For technical
if you look
suits?
to Wescott, she'll tell Warren to take his suit off next because Wright already has hers off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Warren will disembark from his weird air pressured bubble.
What great phrasing. Okay. Anything
Right?
else?
Will you go grab 2 more med kits off of the dropship, please?
Will that kill her?
Not
No,
if she-
that should be
if she
fine.
just-
Because
as
you
long
said
as
we
she
probably have
walks.
spare ones on ours dropship, right?
Yeah, we have some spare probably on the dropship, but
I'm gonna
there's
give
probably
you.
some more
You
on
have
the other
6.
stuff.
You have a total of 6 on the dropship itself. The other dropships and these other knucklenecks may or may not have some.
Okay.
Although their inventory
I
probably
told her to
doesn't
go
say
get
it.
2 from the spare kit on the ship, on our dropship specifically, while he's stripping off a suit, because it should take her all of like 20 seconds.
Okay, so this is what I'll say. So your dropship has 6 spares aboard it. Each of the 4 dead Blackguard have 2. They haven't had a chance to use them. The dropship's unknown at this time.
Oh, okay. I will revise my order then. I will tell Wright to go salvage the med kits off of the bodies in the hangar.
Okay, so that's 4 from the hangar.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's 4, and then I'm going to pick up the 4 off of the 2 dudes in front of me because
Okay.
I was delivered them like presents.
Yep. All right. So Wright and
Yeah.
Wescott, go ahead and update your first aid packs, inventory counts, or whatever the hell it's called. The quantity. That's the number or word. Pike.
Can you actually drop the med kit on us? Because the only one I have is the one that's included in my Marine pack. I do not
Yeah.
have the individual listing for them, so we
What-
can't do
Should
What
we
is
just
the
keep-
item called? What am I looking for?
Med pack.
Should we just keep track?
Med pack.
It's just called med pack.
Personal med kit.
Yeah.
Personal med kit, yeah.
Should we just keep
Wescott.
track or something?
Yeah, that you're gonna. Way you guys have been going through them, you might want to start keeping track.
Yeah.
Okay, Westcott has one, and then you can adjust the number as needed. And then, Wright, give me just a second, and I'll give you one, and you can adjust the number as needed. There you go. All right. Pike. Are you ready? Are you and Watcher ready to go check out that other drop ship? Because I'm assuming that's what you're doing.
Yep. I'm gonna roll observation.
Go ahead and move into the hangar bay, and then roll that observation. Roll that stress. You're good. Okay. It gets a little hairy as you round that corner because you're not sure what to expect. But as you round the final corner, there it is. Another Blackguard version of your Saturday the 14th. Also, the cargo ramp is down on this one as well.
Mhm.
Does not appear, from what you could tell from the outside, that there is anybody in the flight deck.
How about duplicate an item?
Should
You
be able to just
can't.
change the quantity, can't you?
There isn't
there's
a quantity
there's-
box.
For personal medkit? No, there isn't.
Give me a second.
You're gonna have to drag and drop 4 on each.
Or
Yeah.
I can.
Hmm.
Right, where is your med kit that I just dropped on you?
See, I just edited mine to say medkit times 4 and quadruple the weight.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Hmm.
Pike has 4 nap relief on him.
Oh. Not gonna lie, that was pretty hairy.
Armor piercing is a big deal.
Armor
Mhm.
piercing is no joke.
So, once your 2 people return to me there, Luke, I will have Wright give 2 of those medkits to Warren. So you should be able to drag from one sheet to the other.
Yeah, okay.
Basically, I'm making you carry the medkits that the medic is about to use on you.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Personal med kit-
Warren
Oh
is
wow, I
pack
can't
mule,
edit
so
either.
Yeah, so just custom edit it, Luke, and just change the title and the weight manually. It's not that hard. It's only 2 fields. And
alright, give me a second.
I would met first aid myself as I'm standing there waiting and going through the comms feeds because it takes time to collect that information, but I can do something with my hands, which in this
I
case,
figured out how to
patch up my own
duplicate it.
shrapnel.
Can you first aid yourself in this game?
I think you do it at a penalty.
Mhm.
I don't have the rulebook
Uh,
open, otherwise I'd be able to look it up.
Let me
And
check.
and that only works if you have hit points and you just try to deal with a critical. Like if you're at 0 wounds, you cannot do anything.
Hmm.
I'm
So-
actually would be trying to restore hit points to myself is my goal. I'm
You
just doing
can't. You can only restore hit points to somebody who has 0 hit points
that. Oh,
with a medical aid. If you have any hit points, you have to do natural rest.
Oh, so once
Which
you
isn't-
once you pick up hit points, you have to let time do the healing.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Which is like, which there's a whole thing for that.
Yep.
Which is why I keep pushing those hit point rolls to try to give you guys as many hit points as possible. That's why Watcher stress is so high already.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
Okay. I do apologize. I had to step away for a quick second, but we're good to go. Pike, you were going into the dropship. Well, you entered the hangar. It doesn't appear to be anybody on the flight deck from what you could see so far. Are you two going to continue around to the backside and enter it that way?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, Pike's got Pike's gonna clear the drop ship.
You see 3 more individuals zip tied to various accoutrements inside the back of the dropship and otherwise empty of flight crew, also wearing civilians, and the ship is in not quite asleep mode.
Okay. I mean, because we're not in combat and he's not trying to do a stress thing. Can he just, because he's got ranks in piloting, can he just do the same thing, turn it out completely off?
You can, but I will mention that one of the reasons why you're here is to gather intel on what the Blackguard are, what's the purpose of their mission, and you're
Right.
standing inside their dropship that might have them.
I know. It's more important that we take the big ship, and I want to make sure that
Sure.
nobody can run away with this computer.
Sure,
so I'm
absolutely. I
turning it
mean,
off.
choices can be made.
Yeah.
So yeah, that ship is also disengaged, for lack of a better word. And I think Wescott, Is there anything else you want to do? Any more data dumping you want to find?
Once those two have finished stripping out of their suits and looting bodies for me,
Mhm.
I will take my own vac suit off and have it, and we will drop all the vac suits back on our drop ship.
Okay.
So they're not floating in the hallway weirdly.
Okay.
Once I got all of us situated and bodies looted, I will go towards this middle junction and hold this middle junction.
All right. It
Mhm.
appears as though everything on this deck is secured for transit. Like there's nobody moving around or anything. All the various rooms are basically closed up, as though the crew would have been sleeping if they weren't about ready to approach some planet. Which I forgot to mention in the opening that there is a planet in the distance, but it's like several hours away.
I hand the medic 2 more med kits
Okay.
when he walks up to me.
You're gonna have to add a med kit to my sheet because I used all the ones I had. Yeah, Pike takes a look at everybody. He takes his
How many med
vac
kits
suit
did you
off.
give Watcher? Sorry, I just moved 1.
2.
2. Okay, there's 2. Shit, I didn't close that.
Are we standing? Is this an elevator and a stairwell symbol here in the middle?
It looks like a ladder and a lift.
Cool.
Yes.
I shoved my pup.
So, sorry to answer that question. This point, and this point, there are access and elevators to the upper decks. Ladder and elevator, all 3, going to each of the decks above you.
Cool. I checked to see where the Blackguard squads are at the moment.
So
Or
make
teams, excuse me.
So you're listening on comms, so you can do comms or observation, whichever is going to give you the best result, which is probably comms tech.
I said I'm not having to hack again, so does that
Ooh.
also apply?
I will, in that case, I will ask for observation simply for you to take some time to listen to what's being said. There's definitely been some chatter back and forth, but it's been really short and very reporty sounding. Okay, do you want to push that?
No.
Okay.
There's no legend on this map. I'm trying to remember what I think this is an intercom.
Probably.
Yeah, that's the computer symbol, the round thing. The lockers also have the intercom is the one with the screen and then the 6 buttons, and then there's like a computer-y access, I think.
Yeah, I think this is like a locker or something, or airlock.
Yeah.
Or something like that. You get, let me see. You got 1 success. I will ask you this question, and I will answer that question. The question, Jesus Christ. So deck C is the big action deck. That's the one that has the command deck, the main engineering, etc. Deck A has basically the MiGs, the MiG hangars and stuff like that. And then deck D is kind of like a, let me see. Oh, that's the military. If you were transporting a bunch of soldiers, that's the deck they would be used to be put
The
to sleep
troop hangers.
Yeah,
troop decks.
Troop A, thank you. I couldn't think of the damn word. So which deck would you like to know more about?
Originally I knew there were 2 on Alpha, 3 on Charlie, 1 on Delta. Delta is the next floor up that we're going to have to clear, so I checked Delta.
Okay. The Delta team appears to have just taken down the maintenance room, the engine maintenance room.
I report this to Pike. Because that's one of the rooms we really wanted. So we need to go and take it from them.
From the sounds of it, it's not the main engineering, it's like a secondary auxiliary engineering room.
Yeah. All right. Pike looks at the rest of the team.
Well, we can't let them keep it, so we have to go and take it.
We need to take them all. Pike looks at the rest of the team, sees the condition they're in, and he just looks at Wescott and says, "I'm taking point," and he's going to start going up the ladder.
Okay. I, as the GM, am going to interject for a quick second and say that somewhere along the way, you guys have taken a break. Go ahead and reduce your stress appropriately. And or heal, whatever it is you can do in a break, in the time a break would give you.
We don't heal in breaks. We only reduce stress.
I'm aware. I'm trying to give you as much of an advantage as I can legally get away with.
Everybody reduces their stress by what?
No, by 2.
By 2.
And then who has the worst stress?
Because you're going to make bantery jokes, aren't you?
No, because I have 2 different features that impact it. Everyone by default loses 2 stress. Does anyone have stress after that?
Pike had a great time, and Watcher's high, so neither of them have stress anymore.
I like how you're
So,
like, Piker,
I mean,
Pike.
Wescott can't reduce stress on herself. So as your 2 are at 0. What about Warren and Wright?
You're muted, Luke.
Both at 0.
All right.
Cool, then she doesn't need to do her counselor check.
Well, there you go.
I mean, I might counselor check Watcher anyways, because he did freeze up earlier, but mechanically it does nothing.
Okay.
He just gets a pep talk.
He gets a pep talk.
How do I want to do this? You know what? This is what I'll do.
I forgot what I was looking for. Okay, so Pike is
And
going
I
first.
informed him that I made sure our extra shooty collection has extra med kits on them, so you don't have to worry about raiding your own pockets. Look, they
Yeah.
have 2 extra strapped to the front of them.
Now, for
Did
no,
we grab any ammo
Omar.
from these guys?
I would like to actually. Pike would suggest that each of you take one of their rifles and their ammo. Pike is going to stealth up the ladder.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm setting up the next deck appropriately here. So, all right. So if you're gonna stealth up, that means these guys are actually gonna be unofficially on the deck with you. You're gonna be there.
So I'm going to roll mobility to establish my stealth successes.
Yes, let's do that. That sounds like a good thing to do.
Hey, this means I get to finally use my stealthy skill that I learned from Pike God knows how long ago?
Damn.
Yeah. So evidently. All right. So
Well,
as
fortunately, the Blackguard are bad at observation, so we'll see.
Actually, I didn't even think about that, but
Nice. Stealth up behind you.
okay. Well, you've been spotted. Well,
it would be.
did we just cancel each other's efforts out? Is that what happened there? 'Cause I got
I'm
1
not
success.
exactly sure here.
You did 1 stealth success.
Is there any? I'm trying to think. What would make sense for this? Let's see. Stealth.
While he's looking that up, there is a cliffhanger coming in just a moment. Foreshadowing a cliffhanger. What a wonderful storytelling tool.
I mean, let's see here. Hey. Oh, that's the one. I think that's all of them. These are 3 books where you know the character's going to die at the end. Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl.
Okay.
John dies at the end.
Wow. Okay.
And the Bible.
Oh, everybody dies in the end. Except for, I want to say it's 12,000, but I don't think that's the right number.
All right. So here's how I'm reading this.
Okay.
I have rolled stealth. Now they're attacking me with their observation. Right?
Okay.
So as the attacker in an opposed roll, the attacker has to roll more. Tie goes to defender.
I can live with that.
So I succeeded in my stealth.
All right. So
And it's only 1 roll for the whole group. So that one guy rolled observation for the whole group of them.
yeah. So
I stealth up behind Pike.
No. Pike wants you guys to stay down. He's going up alone to take point and establish, to get you guys up.
Okay. So Pike, you stealthily spider climb your way up. I'm assuming you're taking the ladder and not the elevator.
Yeah, I'm taking the ladder.
Okay. You stealthily spider climb up the ladder and you come up out on the deck. You poke your head out in the hallway. You don't see shit. You crawl out into the hallway. And as you come out in the hallway, not yet noticing you, are 2 blackguards down at the far end. And that is where we will leave it for this week, with Pike getting ready to enter combat. I'm going to actually add everybody into this combat, so it's there for me when we come back next week. I just want roll initiative right away.
Oh, hold on. I want to look something up real quick.
Uh-oh. 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 He's trying to fuck up my cliffhanger.
You are a creepy cat.
I love how I'm not even listening or paying attention. All of a sudden, all I hear is, you are a creepy cat. It's Rodance's voice, and she's not on the screen.
Yeah, but the joy is if I got a wireless headset this time around, so I can now walk around with it.
Yeah.
The cat's in the other room making creepy noises, and I just have to let him do it.
I mean, at least you're not having the smoke detector start going off all of a sudden.
Now my windows are open.
Well, that was
So
why
they won't be
that
going
was the
off.
reason why I had to get up that last time, because the smoke detector went off, and I had to go and turn the exhaust fan on for the bathroom and wave my hand underneath the smoke alarm so it would stop.
Here we go.
I'm assuming, Pike, or Kane, that you don't have Alien in PDF form where you could easily look things
do.
up. Oh, okay.
I do, but it's still faster to go through the book.
I mean, if it works for you that way.
Because the PDFs aren't properly indexed, so
That I guess that's that. I mean, I guess it depends on how your brain works, versus as far as sorting through information and whatnot.
Okay. So I don't know if you want to do this now or if you want to do it then, but Pike
Depends on what you're trying to do.
Pike is going to try to like solid snake these guys.
Like actively attempt to take them out right now.
Like attack before initiative is rolled and see if he can if they're just like talking while one of them's looking one way, one's looking the other, try to.
Oh, they're definitely coming out. Like the one thing you'll notice is they're coming out tactically. They're not being dumb. They know that there's other people on the ship that might be coming after them, so they're not just lollygagging around. They come out, rifles down the hallway. They just don't see you right away because your stealth beat their observation.
Okay. I mean, then maybe cinematically, maybe not. If they're tactically moving through, Pike waits in ambush in the ladder.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, that works too. Like they just haven't noticed you necessarily yet. Maybe there's a little bit of smoke in the hallway, or they just haven't quite started. Like, I mean, as you come out of the ladder well, they're coming out of the engineering room. So, you guys haven't had to have that. You haven't had that chance to do the lock eyes thing. You'd be like, ooh, and start shooting at each other.
I mean, Pike succeeded at the stealth. He wants to just grab one while they're coming by and try to do the ambush and see if he could because if he can grab the one, like the rear guy, and then stealth the second guy,
as they come by.
I mean,
I see. You're gonna try to hide in the ladder well and hope they come by. Is that the plan?
Right, and then if they're if they're moving tactically, they're not going to be right next to each other in the hallway. So quietly kill the back guy and then quietly kill the front guy.
That may or may not work out. We'll see. We'll see how that works out when we come back next week.
I mean, he has to one shot them in order to make this work.
yeah, that is definitely true. All right, let's do experience points for this week. Starting with all 5 of you getting 1 point for participation. And then once you have that annotated, we will move on to the second question, which is, did you risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda? Wescott, yes?
Yes.
Because I know Wescott's agenda is get everybody home safely, and she definitely participated in all the combat in order to try to make sure everybody got home.
Pike definitely gets a yes because his girlfriend's on the ship.
What's your agenda again, just so I can remember the verbiage?
To have a future with Eckhart.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to fight. All right, what about Warren, Wright, and Watcher?
Watchers is get fellow Marines back to their families, but I don't think he did anything overtly risky in order to render aid.
No, yeah, because he was kind of he was constantly. I mean, that's part of a medic's job, though, is behind the scenes. But he is a spec ops medic, so he knows how to shoot and actively combat things.
I feel like he could maybe argue it if somebody went down with a fatal and he just ran out of cover to try to save them from the crit in the middle of a firefight.
Yeah,
but he kept pulling people back from the line.
Yep, no, definitely. Warner and Wright. Damn it, no. Warren and Wright.
No.
Okay. Did you risk your life for your buddy? I think that one's kind of sort of questionable. Not really.
Not directly.
Yeah, I don't think anybody directly was let me take that
No-
bullet for you, bud.
Yeah,
But also, everybody was
for-
involved in the firefight, so.
Actually, I'd like to make an argument for Pike.
Go ahead.
So Pike looked at the group all bloodied up,
Yeah.
and his boy Warren getting shot down a couple times,
Yeah.
and he decided to go up to the next deck against a team of 4 Blackguard alone
Yeah. I
to
can live with
stop
that.
Warren from getting shot
Yeah.
again.
I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Did anybody challenge or stand up to your rival? Don't think we had any of that. If you made
Pike
a
doesn't
panic
even-
roll, sorry, go ahead.
Pike doesn't even have a rival right now.
Yeah. If you made a panic roll, go ahead. I believe that was Pike, Watcher,
Warren.
and Warren. I think that was
Warren
the only
once.
ones. Wescott, you didn't make a panic roll, did you? No. All right. Overcome a dangerous event? Yes. Using some well applied violence. You establish the beachhead. Significant discovery or revelation? No. That's all I'm going to say on that, but I'm definitely emphatically going to say no and hope that somebody picks up the hint, when that guy stomps his foot on the ground. Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? Pike stealthing up to the next level questionably. Oh, no. No. But Pike jumping and Superman punching that dude and then crushing him with a bear hug. That was an extraordinary action, I think. Even if narratively or mechanically we were able to pull it off.
It was very
Is
stylish.
rolling 2 crits in a single session an extraordinary action and not dying?
If you, the player, were getting experience points, yes, you'd get a point of experience for that.
All right. Because both my characters rolled 2 crits each.
So
No,
there's
you're-
only 3 criticals that are instant death, and there's like 6 or 7 other ones that are fatal. So like 2/3 of them aren't fatal anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're just annoying as fuck to deal
I mean,
with.
there's a critical injury for you're slightly winded.
Yeah.
So
And then the last one, everybody's still getting paid. Let's go ahead and take
Mhm.
another free point. All right. Feedback and outro comments. Rodance, what do you got?
Well, I have to say that I do find it a little funny that one of the what places publishing the Alien RPG books sells them in Swedish krona. I'm like,
I believe Free League is Swedish.
yeah,
I mean, I just thought it was funny because it doesn't translate to USD. I had to do the calculation before as part of the PayPal checkout because
Oh,
they
really?
do the automatic stuff. But I
Mhm.
did think it was a little funny.
I thought I paid dollars for mine.
Oh, you pay. It does when your payment processor typically will do the at current exchange rate when you
Okay.
are buying like that. So I technically paid in USD.
Oh, you
but
know what I think I
PayPal
did?
did the voodoo magic in the background to turn it into Swedish krona.
I think I looked up like a quick.
I had to look it up
equivalency.
because I
Yeah.
didn't. I honestly I thought it was kind of funny.
I looked up.
I
the
was having a
conversion
moment
rate.
going, I am so blind reading the PDFs. I need to buy the paper copies of the books.
Have they come in
I-
yet?
No, not yet. I literally just bought them today.
Okay.
Like literally in like the
Um,
last 20 minutes, I'm like, I need a book because my eyes hurt
think-
and I can't read the PDF.
I think my books only took about a week or two to show up. They were here kind of quick considering the normal
I
time.
expect it's going to be on a slow boat because 2 of the books that I ordered are out of stock in the US right now. It
Mm,
tells you that at the end. They told me I won't get them until they come
Yeah.
back in stock.
yeah.
So
Which
it'll
books did you
probably
order?
be several weeks. All 3
Okay.
plus some dice just because I like dice
I mean,
and they have the pretty colors.
yeah, they do. That they do. You got anything? Any feedback, comments, or anything else?
For the actual thing,
Oh, she broke up. Shit. Or she
Or
overpowered her mic.
her mic could not handle that.
It was so high pitched.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, I don't know. You overpowered your mic or something.
everyone is still alive.
I'm breathing easier for it for sure. Because after that first round or two, I was like, oh man, I might have to cut back on the bad guys here.
Like I told you, like the game is very dangerous, but like It's the circumstances that kill the players. Their armor-piercing ammo is more dangerous than anything else.
This is
Mhm.
definitely
Yeah,
a thing.
the armor piercing ammo is the worst part because it cuts our armor rolls in half.
Yeah, and that I
Yeah.
think that
Mhm.
that's been a lot of what's been keeping you guys alive, is that armor and all of the value in it. Basically, as dumb as that may sound, like
Yeah. I actually took 2 hits and I'm still standing. I'm like surprised, frankly.
with 1 hit point remaining, if I'm not mistaken.
I only have 4 to begin with, so it's not like I have a stellar amount.
Yeah.
Got
But
fragged
I'm just
twice.
yeah,
So everyone's getting a Purple Heart on this run.
It seems that way.
yeah,
It seems
Whether
that
it's
way.
whether it's posthumous or not, everyone's getting one.
yeah.
Hopefully not.
Hey,
Oh
hey,
man,
I just am kind of like, oh my god, we're gonna see how
I
this
totally forgot.
goes.
I apologize. I
And
meant to activate this map so you guys can see.
Map activate.
Yeah.
I mean, floor delta,
Yeah. Deck D deck.
floor delta,
Just
a delta
because.
deck.
Yeah. Because even though you guys aren't actually up there yet, Pike is, and you may or may not be following him shortly. So,
Hmm.
anything else, Rodance, before I move on?
Oh man, this is gonna be hilarious.
That's certainly a word that could be used about what this scenario is going to be.
Hey. We're survived so far. I almost kind of want to like throw my pip into the air vents, or my pup into the air vents to have it roll through the ship and scout for me. But I mean, air vents and pups don't have hands, problems.
Yeah, that's. I don't think that would work out quite so well once I give it some good thought.
Yeah, it's one of those like I brought it in case I needed it, but I
Yeah,
didn't think I was going to get much use out of it.
yeah.
It actually, basically, it's going to become it's going to get tossed around the corner as a distraction in one of these
Who's
moments,
shiny?
and then they're going to shoot at it, and then we're going to shoot them instead.
Yeah.
Or I might duct tape a grenade to it and then just have it go fly somewhere, and then let Pike.
Wow. Suddenly things get really real going against the UPP with grenade attached drones. Luke, what do you got for us? Feedback, outro comments.
The expense it should be the expense. Also,
Totally fair.
having 4 critical rolls for injuries in one game, not even one scenario, but like just a one particular engagement is hilarious to me. And I don't think I'm going to be playing cautiously because of that. I think I'm going to continue to play the characters like they're supposed to be played.
Do it. Like there,
and
I
just a
definitely
more pissed off Warren, I guess.
I can't imagine Warren not being upset at this point. Like I just feel like he'd just be like, "Give me that shield, I'm charging this motherfucker." Pike
Yeah.
would charge that motherfucker without the shield, or if he did have the shield, it would be a weapon, not a defensive measure. I'm going to brain this fucker with his shield.
I do have a riot shield.
Oh,
Oh man, you got anything else, Luke?
nah, that's about it.
Kane, what do you got for us, buddy?
Well, I spent my XP on close combat and mobility.
Oh.
I've decided Pike wants to try to stealth D deck.
Amazing.
Just
Amazing.
solo it.
He's gonna solo stealth. Listen, stealth is an option for this level.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Depending on how the initiative rolls go and the ambush goes, like there is a real chance that I can just kill these 2 guys without them having a chance to do anything.
Suppose it's possible.
Which stops my guys from getting shot more.
Yeah.
Because holy shit. I mean,
Armor-piercing bullets.
I mean, Pike told you guys, like, this was going to be brutal. This is going to be awful brutal. And then it's everything Pike said it was going to be.
It definitely has been. We've been pretty close so far, and this one mission alone to the launch point for a TPK, which is what I'm dreading at this point in the campaign. or at this point in the series or season, I should say. But it is entirely possible that we start next season in just a few weeks with totally brand new characters because these guys don't make it, and somebody else has to come in. I will be sad as fuck. But if that's what happens, that's what happens. I don't want it to happen. I'm not necessarily gearing it that way, but I did plan this mission in as much of a realistic standpoint. I will give you one. I mean, you already know how many people you're against. Those 2 dropships that the Blackguard used to get here each carry 12 people, so I used that to form my basis of the strike team, and I felt like if the Blackguard was going to take down a Kremlin, they would come in as heavy as they could with, however many people they get their hands on. I feel like 24 Blackguard is like a Blackguard platoon, more than enough to take down a Kremlin.
So there's still 20 of them, is what you're saying.
Yeah. And you know that in character, so this isn't necessarily a surprise, except maybe to you guys, the players. But
well, I was thinking maybe there was going to be some civilian people on it and whatever, because there's civilians, I guess, next to the ship. But I didn't get the full story on that one.
So yeah, those are what appear to be civilians. They are zip tied.
Oh, they were probably Kremlin class crew members. Yeah.
Yeah, specifics are unknown because they're knocked the fuck out. But people alive, zip tied to bulkheads, effectively inside those 2 dropships.
Okay.
And you guys have, because I told you guys to loot, you guys have heavy pulse rifles.
Oh, let me add those to your character sheets now before I forget. Because
we have 4 heavy like one each.
Yeah, each all the normies get heavy pulse rifles.
Yeah. And
are they good?
Oh yeah. What do you think almost killed you guys?
I guess.
Let's see. Oh, and Watcher needs
this.
Watcher needs one. And then what is actually no, I can just no. All right. Watcher has one. Wescott has one. Wright has one.
How much did we get to loot off of the bodies and ammunition?
Well, that's the question I'm going to ask is, do these or do these not take the same size bullet as the standard?
Okay. So the E2s, just to throw some fluff so you can figure out how you want to do this. The E2 is a saw.
Right.
So it uses the same bullet, but it uses 300 round detachable box magazines. It's a saw to the M4.
Yeah. And I gave you guys, how many reloads did I give you guys for your M4s?
6, because I asked for extra ammo.
Yeah. Go ahead and take 2 for each of those, each of the heavies, because that will include all of the ammo they had left on them.
Oh God.
Now I don't know if it's set up the same way in the RPG rules, but in the fluff, they're automatic only. And there's no grenade launcher because it's a squad automatic weapon.
Let me see.
So it's a heavy barrel.
It's a
big machine gun, basically.
Here's the Blackguard's range combat, and that is 8 dice.
Yeah, I think it's it just says it's a full auto weapon.
And that is with 9 dice. You rolling the weapon itself. Has a bonus of 1, so it sounds like it doesn't include the full auto, because isn't the full auto a +2 on top?
Yes.
May I fire with Warren to see?
No, hold on. Kane's about to explain something to me.
The stuff's not. It's just like with the armor. It's just an additive calculator. So the bonus is just the inherent accuracy of the weapon.
Okay.
That's where like my DMR has a bonus of 2 by default because it's a more accurate weapon than the regular pulse rifles. That's all that is.
Okay. So effectively, in order to use these weapons correctly, I have to add the automatic firing.
No, so we know that as a rule, if you auto fire a weapon, you can add 2 dice, but you take a stress for shooting it.
That's suppressive fire, though.
No,
Yeah.
that's
That's the full
firing
auto
on
mode.
automatic.
Yeah.
Except
Oh,
if
okay.
you have the machine gunner talent, which nobody does now.
Correct.
So this thing is automatic no matter what.
So in the fluff, it can only be it's automatic only. So every time, if you follow the fluff, then every time you shoot it, you will right click to add 2 dice, and you will give yourself a stress before you fire it.
Can I try that?
Well, here's what I'm gonna do, just so you guys don't end up with a bunch of fucking stress. You guys are trained Marines.
There's specifically a talent to stop you from taking that stress. There's a mechanic built into the game for people who are used to firing on automatic all the time.
Yeah. And my argument is going to be this. You guys are trained Marines, you would know to fire. Even an automatic weapon, you would know to fire in bursts. Instead of spraying, you would fire bursts, like 6 to 9 rounds. 6 to 9 rounds. 6 to 9 rounds. So that 6 to 9 round burst is your single action to shoot. If you still want to use full auto, that's when you're laying that shit down, you're taking the stress point, and you're adding the 2 dice. Does that make sense? Or if you fuck up a stress die and have to do full auto because you panic, then that happens as well. Does that make sense to everybody? I feel like forcing you guys to do full auto is a possibility, but also it feels like I'm just adding enough stress. You're going to have enough stress on this mission as it is. Like, plenty of stress.
Hey, we have stress management.
Sure.
We have Merciless.
Yeah. And you have nap relief by the bucket.
Well, we have some.
Did somebody use some up?
Watcher already used a nap relief.
Yeah. But don't you have more? Like plenty of?
He has 5 more.
Okay.
For killing a shitload more blackguard.
All right. Any other follow-on, final thoughts, outro comments, etc., feedback? Anybody got anything else they want to add before I close this up?
We have to kill 20 more blackguard.
That's easy peasy.
Yeah. Doors have an armor rating of 4, an inner bulkhead has an armor rating of 5, and an outer bulkhead has an armor rating of 6. And armored bulkheads are 7+.
Okay.
Just so we're clear, the common types of cover chart is next to the full auto description in the core book. I was double checking the rules on it, and weapons listed as full auto can fire. Specifically can, not will. Page 96.
Yeah.
That should be book page 96, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a PDF page 100. I just am giggling because the listing of what a full auto weapon description says you can fire, not must fire. So basically, the normal rifles we have can fire on full auto. We just never do it. That's going to be the same with the saw.
Right. So my burst comment is probably the best way to handle it.
Yeah, burst is the default fire mode.
Yeah.
And if they're noted as being full auto, you can choose to fire at full auto.
Right.
And the negating that stress penalty is specifically the machine gunner talent that smart weapon gunners get by default.
Yep. Because otherwise you'd have a bunch of cracked out smart gunners all the time, which is counterintuitive in a way.
Yeah. And that is actually specifically a talent for that moss. So I'm not sure if others can even buy it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Actually, no, maybe not.
I think aren't talents available to everybody?
No.
Yeah, if you spend them, right?
There's a bunch of overlaps, so most talents are available to most people, but there are a couple talents that are only available to certain classes.
Okay. So there are
Yeah, because as part of the default kit, you can choose to take machine gunner.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so any Marine can take it, but if you're playing a corporate guy, you're not a Marine.
So right, yeah. A corporate guy with machine gunner talent, it doesn't make sense. All right. Well,
actually, machine gunner is a general talent, so technically everybody can take it. Okay, but you can take it on a starter smart gunner.
All right. Bert could have been a machine gunner, I guess.
He goes to the range. Whatever.
Fuck it. All right, let's get out of here. Yeah, that's all I got. So, yeah, stay safe out there, my friends. World is a crazy dark place. Cool. corporate guys running around with machine gun talents, I guess. So make sure you're doing what you got to do to take care of you and yours. And as for me and mine, we're out of here. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.